Yeah, and Yurikov right off the bat with the Axel. Now this is another Axel. I steal tech from all the Axels out here. You know how it is.
Of course. So Yurikov, usually known as the Millia player, is going to be rocking the Axel potentially here. I mean, versus Ino, though, I think that's a good call. I think this is an incredibly difficult matchup for Ino. Even with the buffs that she's received, the expert movement speed does help. But closing the gap on Axel when your movement is so predictable is still a very tall task.
Yeah, it's not quite as difficult as it used to be, though. Axel used to have those multi-hitting normals, which he no longer has. So we're going to get Larry Cage here, getting the offense early on, and there's the early burst from Yurikov. Keeps the momentum.
He'll try to go for the 6K, answer straight away. And this matchup is only hard when Ino is attempting to approach. Once she's in, it's a nightmare here for Axel, having to hold one more note.
But, wow, great thinking from Yurikov there to toss Ino out of her pressure. And now he's got his own pressure in the corner here. Going to harass with the JS. Yep, there it is a couple more times.
BRC4 doesn't really get anything. That's going to be an easy punish on the 5K. Gets the burst out of Larry and dashes all the way through.
And BRC straight into full. No, drops the bomber. Just a little too low on that 5K, unfortunately, to get the second rep.
Larry Cage with the turn steal. Has plenty of meter here. Has a BRC. Uses it. Getting forward, gets the conversion here. First round in favor of Larry Cage.
But you're going to see, oh, he goes for Rainwater round start, but I like the option to use Stroke to go right underneath it. Stroke is such a powerful tool in this matchup. It goes under so many of Axel's buttons. One of the ways you're going to see Larry Cage approach a lot.
Oh, after the dive kick, go straight in. Tried to bait a burst that wasn't there. Resets pressure with Stroke, though, and is going to be able to break the wall for this.
Oh, no, he goes for the tech we've been seeing lately now. But now he gets tossed in the corner for it. Might regret that decision.
Ooh, that actually was a punish there on HLC.
Hey, Yurikov is sitting in a pretty good position here. Oh, the backdash, though.
Good, and a huge trade there. 6P, so strong from Ino. Not only one of her best anti-pokes, but generally just an incredibly strong anti. A really nice hitbox on that move.
Yeah, and when Ino gets a hard knockdown, too, she has so many options to just get right on you. So a counter hit 6P especially, she gets such a massive reward off of it.
Yeah, she gets a hover dash into a break and just gets to reset standing right on top of you. So
yeah,
incredibly
you guess
difficult.
like 8 ways.
Yeah, absolutely incredibly difficult situation. Yurikov is going to end up switching back to the main, though. It's going to be the Millia that we know and love from this guy.
Yeah,
expected choice for sure.
Now we're going to see a lot of Millia mix up. This is basically going to be who gets the first knockdown. That's essentially what this matchup boils down to on paper. Whoever gets the first knockdown and runs that mix-up game.
Duel 1.
Let's see how Larry Cage is able to navigate neutral here. Now that there's a lot more mobility on Yurikov's side. Block on the overhead.
Oh, the gold burst from Larry Cage there. And a gold burst right back from Yurikov, straight into hair car.
Straight into car is good. Triple overhead gets the knockdown. Like you said, have to capitalize on this first knockdown here. Goes for the double cross-up, ends up with close slash instead.
Yeah, decides not to RC the hair car that time, but that's all right. He's going to suspend super and go straight into disc. And Larry thought he had to block the other way, walked right into it on his wake up.
Really nice call out there from Yurikov. And like you said, all of that was one interaction followed by a close slash to stop a backdash. That's all it takes for Millia.
Yeah, absolutely. Both these characters sitting at extremely low life, too. Some of the lowest defense in the game, which makes even more of these hits hurt even more.
Same side fades out the FD. I love that from Yurikov. As a Millia player, when you land 2K, reacting to FD and being able to cancel into the dash and run up, stealing so many opportunities here.
Oh, and jumping right over the super, but it still gets Popeyed in the block frame, which allows Larry Cage to just immediately turn this around in his favor.
Yeah, RC's forward, gets the low open up, but not able to convert it. Heavy stroke steals the turn.
Yeah, and the use of FD there, very important by Yurikov. Forced Larry Cage to have to go on the stroke to stay in.
Same side, resets with a throw. Yurikov looking like a different beast here in game 2. The Millia switch paying off in dividends.
Yeah, that switch definitely changed everything for him. And as you saw, his mix-up game on Larry Cage, incredible.
Yes.
He's also content to just sometimes throw out a disc and just wait and let you see what you do on your wake up.
I'll say absolutely. I mean, that and Yurikov is obviously well known for throwing in the fake discs, things like that. Those the important things you have to have as Millia. So Larry Cage is actually going to jump off, reset for a second. Okay, is going to stick with the Eno.
And what you were saying about how, yeah, uses that empty disc and fake
Yeah.
disc, that's so important because he is basically just getting data from that.
Yeah,
he
absolutely.
wants to see what your habits are when you wake up with a disc on top of you, and then he can start structuring his mix-ups and his pressure around it.
Yeah, that and it's just a knowledge check in general. If you're holding fake discs and just blocking, Millia gets pretty much infinite mileage off of that throw to start off with the 6P.
And there he goes, the 5K in the air for the pickup, all the way into a wall break. And he's going to have full meter really quick here.
Positive bonus goes in the car, PRC.
Oh, resets the pressure.
Second step is good. Goes for the car, PRC again. I love the timing on that.
Yeah, if you have the meter, you got to cancel it when you do car. And with a perfect there, too.
Yeah, so many situations Larry Cage woke up with FD trying to be defensive, trying to steal his turn back with those mechanics, faultless defense, but Yurikov stealing it away with the throw on reaction and gets a gold burst for his troubles.
And he looked like he was trying to do something there. He got 6 gauge and got blocked for it, and now he's put here in the corner. There it is. I think what he wanted to begin with was super through the pressure.
Meter, there's a super from Larry Cage. The YRC is bursted, actually.
He wants this. He wants this real bad now. But here's the knockdown. It's not over for Yurikov. Goes for overhead down and below. Catches his flash, unable to burn, and just gets clipped by the stroke. So unfortunate.
Larry needs to adjust how he's FDing. Yurikov is reacting to FD beautifully right now, so Larry needs just to be a little more careful about it. FD on the stroke, trying to jump out of pressure.
He's FDing perfect things, too. It's like FDing some of these bigger normals, some of the air buttons, trying to push out Larry, but Larry is just non-stop staying in. He gets the wall break, too.
Stroke, the gold burst is going to connect, goes in the car straight away.
Oh, tries to reset. There's the YRC, want to keep the corner.
Answering YRC with YRC, tries to go for the run-up, and there's the adjustment from Larry. Like I was saying, Yurikov is doing an amazing job at calling out FDs with one normal dash cancels. Larry Cage intentionally sets it up there, goes for the FD, releases and starts holding up, jumps the attempt at the close slash from Yurikov. That's an easy punish. That was really smart from Larry.
Yeah, Eno's JH is proving to be a really good tool here. Normally when you jump above close slash from Millia, that's not a place you want to be.
Oh, it's still a winning situation for Millia, for sure.
Yeah, but that JH has just been absolutely clipping her and bringing a lot of favor to Larry Cage. We'll see if he can continue that, though, because now Yurikov, I'm sure, is going to check that.
Yeah, absolutely.
And start possibly going for air throws or air-to-air situations, or even just allowing Larry Cage to whiff it.
Yeah, there's definitely way worse things you could do than having Eno stuck in the air like that. That's 6P, a great adjustment on the dash up. It forces the burst very early.
And just run up 6P right into the note.
Close dash again is actually starting to throw in Bad Moon just to punish the FD.
Yeah, and Yurikov's not really having any answer to these strokes. He's just kind of allowing Larry Cage to stroke for free here, it seems. Oh, there's the blocked YRC straight into a full-on stroke combo.
Okay, good amount of damage down. It's the heavy stroke afterwards. Here's a throw, one more touch. Oh, and that stroke, yeah, on wake up, meaty stroke is more than enough to do it. Larry Cage looking at set point here.
Yeah, and that PRC, last round PRC into empty jump and throw, and very smart. Normally when you see an RC, you're expecting any kind of button to come out.
Okay, 2 5Ks, able to keep it in the corner. Checking out the Bad Moon a little bit more, but it's not looking like it's enough here to stop Larry Cage. The defense is holding up, and he gets out with Psycho Crusher.
Yeah, unfortunately, Yurikov's using Bad Moon when he doesn't have any meter to cancel it. But this should be a pickup. Not quite wall stick, but all the way to the corner here.
Yeah.
And there's the throw.
Able to come away with the throw straight away afterwards. So Yurikov evening the rounds up here, trying to take this to a game 5.
Oh, the whiff on the 5P.
2K2D.
Oh, neither of them probably knew what side that was going to land on, but here's we go. The knockdown side switch, there it is. Side switch again, not something Larry Cage would probably be expecting. That's something you see a lot of Millias do. They like to put themselves in the corner for the mix-up.
Larry was so ready for that, though. Knowing on the fake disc, immediately goes into 5P mash. Setting up these throw loops. So Yurikov, a little bit of an execution error, lets Larry get up.
Yeah, and there's the super. OTG goes straight into the overhead. He was waiting for the burst, but he tried to act just a little too soon.
Okay, following up to the corner, has meter now. TK Bad Moon, of course, Yurikov is going to be able to convert off of that. So smart. And it's going to go to game 5.
In our first game of the night.
And really, this is just two juggernauts of offensive choices going back and forth here. Larry has been doing a good job of stopping Yurikov, who has been abusing him for FDing. Yurikov's mix-up game has been incredible, but Larry, again, on defense, is finding ways, able to mash out of the fake discs. He's just piecing it together a little bit at a time.
And even his pressure, Yurikov, even into Game 5, is really just letting him get away with these strokes. He needs to do something to make Larry second-guess stroking, whether that be throwing out a button to poke it, throwing it, or just jumping out when you have the option.
Yeah. If he 2K2Ds a stroke, this becomes a very different set because Larry loses his turn steal approach that he's been taking.
Absolutely. So here we go, going into our 5th game. See, round start stroke. Larry knows that that is doing so much work for him. Look, he's just throwing it out too for reversals.
Okay, burst out though, run up 6P, doesn't get an answer. Nice backdash, but it gets caught straight away.
Oh, a little bit of a delay there. Oh, tries to go for the air cycle crusher and hops too. Some unique pressure strings going on here. The 6P straight into stroke.
Overhead is dealt with, just holding the FD as Yurikov. Great block on the fuzzy stuff. Okay, gets his knockdown.
And gets the overhead this time. He went low every other time. And there's the empty jump throw.
Crosses up, misses his confirm. Oh no, Eno getting to play again. But the double close slash will close at Yurikov. Threatening set point of his own now.
And the round start situation tries to go for Cycle Crusher immediately. Now, I don't know if these Cycle Crushers are really the best idea, because if if Eno actually goes for the jump cancel off of them, that's not real. Millia can poke or jump out, but we get the fully charged 5D. He's gonna have to burst immediately.
Yeah, forced burst situation for sure. Throw to get the punish. Yurikov, his opportunity here. Is this gonna be enough to kill? Should get the wall stick. Not quite enough.
Yeah, he just needs one touch though. Wrap it up. This is over. There it is.
Dude, that jumping slash from Yurikov, so smart on that. And really, that just came down to Yurikov finally pulling it out in the clutch, facing off against JolTiCv on that Millia.
Yeah, so the Millia-Geo matchup. This is another one. I think Geo honestly has a little more favor here. She can keep the pressure on top of Millia with her turn steals herself. She's got those multiple special moves that will turn steal. She's got that dash forward bar slash, which is such a great tool. And she can chase Millia up to the sky, no issue.
Heavy slashes. Gets the 5P answer, but Bird off in the double cross up. JolTiCv back to work here.
Oh, goes for the low option. Backs up this time. Probably trying to bait out something.
BRC's forward and has time to react to the YRC there.
Yeah, but that is a full combo off counter hit there. And gets him with the overhead.
Finally leaned into that flip kick there. Love to see that there from Michael Lorenzo, man.
Oh, and the dash through a round start. Oh, the overhead option, some corner disc pressure. Oh, I like that. Dash back out, dash back in.
Okay, and then breaking that wall, 50 meters still available here.
Now, what you're noticing, the reason why JolTiCv is going for those back dashes in the air after dropping disc is he really is hard baiting the burst from Lorenzo, but Lorenzo is not giving it up.
Said Lorenzo, a hardened anime player, has played quite a few games here, knows how to hold on to the burst, but this time holds on to it a little too long.
A smart decision. The life lead was a little too far in JolTiCv's favor, nearly full health. Oh, 6P is the flip kick. All right, that is the adjustment JolTiCv needs to make.
Yeah, 6 being the first attempt at a turn steal from Lorenzo in this set as Giovanna. I mean, that's really the specialty when it comes to Giovanna, so that's a big opportunity there. JolTiCv gets the knockdown, dashes backwards, and then immediately close slash to anti-air.
And that is going to hit. And look at the damage on that. That is because Gio had 100% meter. She gets the damage buff at 50 and 100%, so that 100% super is brutal to take.
Blocks there. End the turn there with the disc. Keeps himself safe though. A lot of instant air dashes from both players, and there's going to be a throw finally for JolTiCv.
Yeah, and I like that the overhead into the dash, empty throw, or empty throw.
And then another time, cross-up. Dude, the cross-up flip kick from Lorenzo. 2 rounds in a row. Both rounds that Lorenzo takes ends on a flip kick here, so.
Yeah, it looked like JolTiCv was trying to 6P it, but it was just a little too late for him to do it.
Yeah, you have to be very preemptive on those. I mean, it's an incredibly fast move. If your 6P does not have pretty ridiculous frame data, you got to be kind of ahead of the game on that one.
Absolutely. And we didn't see, usually it seemed like Lorenzo was favoring flip kick to steal turns. The only time we really ever saw him use spiral arrow was for that big counter hit combo.
Yeah.
So it seems like he's a little more comfortable going for flip kick for his pressure and for his mix-ups.
Part of that for Lorenzo too is that Lorenzo is a player who likes to lean on the safe and solid options. He's not a person who goes incredibly like ham. Ham is not what you would use to refer to Lorenzo. He's very reserved in that he likes to pick the options that he knows work. He's not. There's not a lot of freestyling stuff. It's set play. But Lorenzo's the type of person that will lab for 5 hours a day and will just have optimal situations for everything. So it's all very rehearsed for him.
And that sounds like perfect for someone who plays Geo. Here we go straight into round 2. Let's see. No player has the early advantage yet. The 6P not counter hit, so it's not a hard knockdown. And there we go, big counter, and now Millia has her back to the wall. This is not a good place to be for her. We're going to see if Lorenzo can keep the pressure.
Okay, tried to answer the command dash early. There's a spiral arrow turn steal. Actually, he's going to choose to use the RC to continue pressure and gets the burst out of JolTiCv for it.
Yeah, that's a really good deal there because now he's going to take the round right here. He should have just enough. Not quite, unfortunately. But there it is, the flip kick.
3 for 3 on rounds being secured by 5K or 2K into that flip.
Yeah, and that was a low crush too. JolTiCv tried to go for a low option and just got blown up for it.
Okay, off the counter hit trade. Good mash there from Lorenzo.
JolTiCv, unfortunately, not able to confirm off of a lot of these JHs he's getting. He's not able to get, see, there it is again. He gets the JH, not able to pick up with the 2K afterwards. Just needs to be a little quicker on the confirms.
Lorenzo starting to mix in that 2D. Good amount of damage down off of these. Tries to steal with the spiral arrow. Good jump from JolTiCv, but danger penalty continuing to add up on that.
Oh, gets knocked into the corner again. No pickup. There's the YRC in the air, using those jabs to get out with the cross-up JK into flip kick.
5K gets the throw. One more touch to do it. Ooh, look for the 5D this time.
Throws out super. Is he going to do another one? No, he's holding on to the meter. And he gets poked out of his 5H.
Huge footsies from Lorenzo there. 5K able to beat out the button here from JolTiCv, and that's just playing the percentage play there from Lorenzo. I mean, you have better footsie tools as Giovanna, like 2D, things like that, the far slash, but 5K being the least committal, safest way to go for that, knowing that anything will kill. Great from Lorenzo to use the buffer dash.
Absolutely. But we'll see if JolTiCv, is he going to stay on Millia? Looks like he's hopping right back on the cabinet here. Possibly. Yeah,
I think Millia should be the pick here. I think that JolTiCv has all the tools to win this matchup. Like you said, it's just down to very, very minor miscues. Things like converting off of these cross-up H's, just little touches like that.
Yeah, imagine if every single JH he hit, he got a full combo off of, or a knockdown.
Even if Lorenzo blocked the mix-up afterwards, just the damage would have added up. There's a lot still left on the table here for JolTiCv, but the hits are there, and that's the hardest part is getting the hit. We can fix the confirms. JolTiCv is doing a great job in neutral. He's earning hits. He's avoiding turn steals from Lorenzo. I definitely don't think the character is the problem.
You are right, though. Lorenzo is playing a very mobile Giuliana, very air mobile.
Yeah.
He's not afraid to dash around and be almost as slippery as Millia.
He's a marble player.
You don't see a lot. You're right.
Say the man knows how to move.
Yeah, most Geos you'll see will be pressing that advantage or being mostly grounded. He's going to the skies and just being absolutely slippery and hard to catch.
Which is crazy to see against Millia, who is like the queen of being mobile and hard to catch in the air.
Exactly. And now he's throwing out these 2Ds to try and poke. That is the footsie tool.
Yeah, absolutely. Huge return on it. Gets the knockdown at worst. At best, counter hit, full confirm. And dash up S. Starting to read these jumps backs here from JolTiCv.
There's the flip kick steal on the turn. Can't press after that.
Again, same situation. You cannot press.
This is going to be straight into a wall break.
JolTiCv. Not worth using the burst here. So be careful. Ooh. What a jump back K!
Now he is playing footsies, air footsies too.
Dude, the air-to-air is met incredibly there from Lorenzo. 1 round away now.
Oh, the dash through on the round start 5H.
Oh no, and Lorenzo starting to get a little disrespectful on the mix-up game here, starting to lean into that strike throw a little more often.
Yeah, and you saw JolTiCv immediately gold burst out of the second option. He did not want to block or guess the block or the throw.
Okay, spends the YRC. DP straight away from Lorenzo.
And there's the RC to keep the turn fully charged dust. Is this going to be it?
It's going to be very close. Tons of damage coming down.
There
does kill him.
Millia, her bones are made of glass and her skin is made of paper.
Yeah, not a lot you can do there. Lorenzo cashing out off the 5D, and I mean, he earned it. Ooh, so it's going to be the guerrilla tactics,
Well,
by
this
the
is
way.
more
Amazing.
exciting.
Yeah, so Zato versus Leo. This is a very polarizing matchup, as always. An offensive juggernaut versus a defense versus a character that kind of crumbles under too much pressure here. So Zato has to be very careful. As long as Zato is able to stay on his feet and have Eddie, he can have a huge advantage in this matchup. But if MFCR ever finds that knockdown.
And Zato is also an incredibly strong character too at baiting out DPs, so we'll see how this goes. We know Leos love the DP.
Up Drunkard.
And speaking of the DPs, there you go, 2 times in a row. He blocks the DP with the oppose and then blocks it second.
He's going to spend his burst that time, though. Dash is over. Good punish.
PRC into command grab, and this is going to give time for Eddie to come back.
Yeah, very late PRC was nice. Jump flash is converted. Gets the back turn rolling.
Fast RC cancel here. Wants the maximum amount of damage possible.
Resets his pressure there. 5K, 2K, 5K rather. So really smart stuff there. First round going in favor of MFCR.
And Krillin immediately very aggressively going in with Zato too. Oh, tries to go for the dash through, but it doesn't go quite enough, so it stays same side. And he's throwing out these fireballs to not allow Krillin to throw Eddie out at all.
Yeah, even using Drunkard, using nothing really to get across the screen here. I mean, Zato has built-in tools to be able to get through and deal with fireball games like that, but MFCR is throwing them at perfect timings to be able to stop those from even being a factor.
Yeah, like you saw, a perfect example of that is right at the end. The Drunkard into send Eddie, and he second fireball. Just killed Eddie right away, and he immediately went in and took that round. That's great awareness and great matchup knowledge, too.
So, I mean, that is the win condition here for Krillin, is if Zato can ever get a well-timed Drunkard into sending Eddie, you know Frog is coming, and then Leo has to play the guessing game. Leo has to flip a coin in his head on whether or not he's going to DP.
Absolutely. And we've mentioned beforehand already that Zato is so good at punishing and baiting out DPs.
Get on the fireball. Force block, a heavy fireball on the cross-up. Nice block from Krillin.
Early gold burst here. Keeps the pressure going now in the corner. Going to use sword to break the wall. Get that Eddie gauge back too. And just the 2P spam to get off me. And there's another fast 5D into sword to break the wall again.
Yeah, sword breaking the wall is the best thing to do for sure. Being able to resummon Eddie here. Invite Hell into drill and is able to convert. No burst from MFCR. Intelligently going to hold it for the next round here.
Yeah, and that round MFCR didn't even get to play. He was holding back and down back the entire time.
This is a Zato round.
And now you see MFCR is throwing out a lot of these light buttons. Zato is a slower character, so throwing out a lot of 2K and 6K is a great way to stuff him.
Oh, and from one player not getting to play to the other, man, MFCR, even down to delaying to check for FD to reaction throw it. MFCR played that just so wonderfully the whole way through.
And I like the way that MFCR is not going straight in at round start. He's backing up and giving Krillin just a little bit of room to see what he does. Here we go, into Fears. Yep, there it is. YRC, incredible tool against Zato. It immediately kills Eddie if he is out.
Okay, try to bait the burst there. Krillin holds on to it.
Oh, just going to throw out a Hail Mary super here.
Lost the space off it, but the DP.
With
and
the run through.
Dude, MFCR follows up with the run through. Like you said, off of that counter hit DP, so much reward from Leo.
Yeah, a quick 2-0 from MFCR there. Krillin definitely needs to make some adjustments. His pressure is not working. MFCR is not even allowing him to get to pressure. I shouldn't say it's not working because we saw that round when he got the knockdown and got going. There was nothing MFCR could do. But MFCR is doing such a great job at not even allowing himself to be put in that situation. He is just dominating the neutral game.
Agreed, and that's really what you have to do against Zato. Once you're on your back, there's not a lot of options to really. Every matchup is the same when you're when you're stuck blocking, right?
For sure. Especially when your opponent knows what you're going to do when you're trying to FD.
Okay, so early on, MFCR is leaning back into that fireball. Counter hit on the 5K, and pressure continues, but a good interrupt with a 2S from Krillin here.
Yeah, and he goes for 2 pierces, and then the frog, and just throwing out this in-fight hell that keeps the pressure. The 6P to knock him into the corner.
Eddie from afar gets the hit, but can't convert it.
Throws out sword, but DP's through the sword.
Yeah, DP was a little too close there. He's going to go for the pickup super.
Is this actually going to hit? Yes, it does, but they trade. that 2D is just absolutely blessed.
Good set of blocks here from Krillin. BRC on wake up here. Maybe he was looking for YRC. He's going to lose the round off that.
He is absolutely going to.
So a potential execution error there on the RCs is going to cost Krillin there, and MFCR is going to threaten set point.
I like the round start 6P option there. All right, here we go. Uses the oppose, straight into the frog combo, breaking the wall to change sides. Tries to break the wall again to back up, but gets caught.
No, and the cross-ups are just coming through, using that new buff with the dash 2K.
Yeah, this is the real blunder, but he's able to turn it around, goes for a cross-up of his own.
Dealt with. This going to be a big punish here. No, again the DP from MFCR.
Yeah, he tried to hard bait the burst. Speaking of baiting burst, MFCR takes it with a burst bait of his own.
An incredible call out there from MFCR.
And this matchup is another interesting one.
Yeah, I think the where Nagoriyuki's blood gauge is changes a lot of the structure of this matchup, because when he gets to those buffed normals, it kind of Giovanna starts to get outclassed in footsies. But as far as standing footsies in the beginning, 2D is the button to look for, as always, for Gio here.
Absolutely, and 5H is a really good tool for Nagoriyuki to shut down that dash up far end and get massive reward off of it too.
Blood gauge already, though. This is the problem. You got to be very careful about how you spend that.
Yeah, not even like 5 seconds into the round, and we're already at level 3 blood gauge. But yeah, you see, he's going to be throwing out a lot of 5H in this matchup to try and stop that dash forward into the. See, there it is again. Basically, Nagoriyuki kind of can play the zoning game against Gio.
Yeah, absolutely agreed here.
Oh, YRC's out of her plus frames. Tries to go on himself with a bite, but way too far away for that.
He's going to end up spinning the burst here. Looks like he's going to hold on to it. Not afraid of what happens from this confirm.
Oh, I like that. The IED back to try and bait out the burst, but Suckerface held on to it.
And this is the problem here. Now we've reached the point where Suckerface doesn't have enough blood gauge to really be able to go crazy on specials here. Kind of has to hold this pressure from Lorenzo, and that is an amazing Tatsu. He's following up with the 6P. Lorenzo taking that round cleanly.
Yeah, but Lorenzo going right in at the start of the second round. Oh, there's that counter hit close slash. Unfortunately, not able to make a conversion off of it.
For punishing the 5K here. Fukio's back. The blood gauge continuing to build here. And same situation now for Suckerface. Forced to play a little slower, a little more patient because of that gauge.
Yeah, and that is a testament to Lorenzo's defense. He's not allowing Suckerface to get those hits to get the blood back.
Trades generally here in Nagoriyuki's favor until this knockdown.
Yeah, that was your available whip. There we go, stealing the round back. Ooh, the double.
Got the punish off of that.
Flip kick, mid plus.
And that is just, dude, so well controlled from Lorenzo. And it's going to be Beyblade straight away from Sucka.
And that was interesting. RCing off the 2K just to get the full target combo series to get some blood back. But unfortunately, it's not going to work out for him. And Lorenzo takes the first game.
Lorenzo instant air dash JK into the 2K. Good confirm there, knowing he didn't need a lot of damage. Suckerface is just spending too much blood too fast, I think. A lot of the things that he's doing are very, very smart, and he's structuring it in a really well way. And the pace that he's playing at, I think, is really good. I think he's just putting too many, like, the things that he is doing could be accomplished with one less Fukio, right?
You're absolutely correct. As Nagoriyuki, of course, you can play him in so many different styles, but when you're hitting level 3 blood consistently within the first 10 seconds of the game against a character like Giovanna, you're shutting down your own defensive options.
Yeah, and playing that style is okay, but you have to be willing to commit to the bite more often.
And we saw he tried to go for bite one time and it didn't work. He hasn't gone for it again.
Good punish there, stacking up the 5K. Beyblade to Fukio back.
Oh, good trade in Naga's favor there.
Amazing timing on the flip to get a cross up. It gets the punish on the YRC.
Yeah, he sniffed out his YRC habits already. There's the fully charged dust with no burst on deck. This is going to hurt a lot.
Okay, positive bonus and a setup afterwards. Goes for the dash up, whiffs the 5K.
And a whip 5K into a flip kick. I haven't ever seen that before.
Dude, I'm loving the way he's going for that. Lorenzo trying to go for the low crushes, using the flip kick as it's intended.
Oh, converting off of the Gamma Blade clone there.
Even his close slash though.
Yeah, it looked like he was trying to bait out a burst or something. Again, he's 3-KOing backwards. And we're already in level 3 blood, but luckily he does have the offensive here.
And the risk gauge is already cranked to full. I think Suckerface has done an amazing job of managing his resources this round here.
Oh no, that is a dangerous situation. He might pop, and he does off of just one special.
But it's blocked though, so he is not going to die for it. There's a counter hit.
Puts on the mask. Oh, isn't able to convert. And there's the gold burst from Lorenzo. Straight into dive kick super.
It's going to be a follow-up. He's going to spend the RC. There's still a burst available. Tries hard to bait the burst. Sucker not going to give it to him.
And there it is. Whips the burst, leaves it hanging.
Block YRC jumping though, so wasn't able to punish.
All right, I like this. Lorenzo backing up. He's going for, he's looking for a whiff punish right now. That is absolutely what he's looking for. And there it is. But just not enough to take the round, so he has to go in and gets the chip.
Yeah, that was a great call on your part, and a great call from Lorenzo there to go for the whiff punish there. Suckerface has no options except for to stand still and just let the blood gauge go down. But I think that that is a situation where you can't be afraid to just let it happen. As the Nagoriyuki player in that situation, landing normals seems like an amazing idea. Obviously being able to get the hits, put down so much chip, but you have a recently buffed 6P, you have anti-airs that are incredible. If Giovanna's going to let you sit full screen and get your blood back, by all means, just return it, right?
Absolutely, and you're talking about 6P, you mentioned that, it's really important. We haven't really seen a 6P from Suckerface at all yet.
Yeah, it's hard to weave them in against, specifically against the way Lorenzo plays these matchups.
Yeah, Lorenzo is definitely very high-flying in and out. Really embodying that boxer archetype. Not with the high-flying, though. That's a little different.
Starting to mix in that tapped 5D here. I think, again, Suckerface is doing a really good job with the resources here, but the rushdown is starting now for Lorenzo.
And here we go yet again in Game 3. Lorenzo likes to start establishing strike throw in the final games.
50 meters still available.
Yeah, Lorenzo has a life lead. No reason to get too greedy and go in. We know what happens if you get countered by Nagoriyuki.
Sucker's doing a good job here, not overextending. Good block there. And okay, 6P finally coming through and gets a punish with it.
Oh, there's the gold burst. Are we going to get another dive kick? He tries to tease it just a little bit.
Okay, you gotta be careful about how you spend it here. And you have meter.
Yeah, Lorenzo is definitely starting to play that more, looking for whip punish game, and there's the wake up super.
Be able to spend the RC, fully charges the D.
And that's gonna kill!
Dude, so much damage there off the super. I mean, 200 meters on Giovanna. You just have to be careful.
Oh, IED over the 5K, not able to get a punish. There we go. Yeah, the OTG with the 6H. All right, Suckerface is now starting to play the game a little bit more, but he's got to be careful. That blood gauge is starting to go up again.
Rage connecting. Fukio's forward, gets his bite. That is what he's been looking for all set here.
Yep, and immediately cashes out into big damage combo. Not quite enough to kill, but he only needs one more touch, and chip is a factor.
And that is a great call there from Sucka. I mean, that is just the way that he's been trying to make it happen. All set, finally able to come through.
Oh, trying to backdash while Gio has the plus frames, and he's going to pay dearly for that. All of that off of one 5K catching the backdash.
Second hit is forced to burst.
And blood is so close to popping. He can't do a single special move right now.
Yeah, has to save it here. It's another one of the situations where Lorenzo's going to give you the time to charge your blood gauge up. Oh no, the target combo connecting. He's got a lot more resources to work with now.
Yeah, and I like that he went for the third hit of the target combo instead of going for bite and caught Lorenzo trying to dash or trying to jump out of it.
5K reacts to the FD. One more touch will do it here. Goes for the flip kick. Loves to try and end rounds with that.
Again, he just 2 specials, immediately putting himself into third blood. He cannot afford to throw out another one.
Attempt with the Fukio is going to be a little too cautious there. Nice block.
This is still anyone's game right here. All it's going to take is one touch from either player. And gets the flip kick. Classic Guilty Gear matchup. Both these characters designed in a way that their moves are made to counter each other. Stun Dipper going underneath Bandit Bringer. You have the flip kick. Unfortunately not in this game. In other games it would go over his ground Viper. But of course Soul, a little more favorable in this matchup, in this version of the game. But we'll see what Kaneki can do here.
Okay, max distance was able to convert into Stun Dipper. Does it twice in a row. And dash up FD, huge punish coming.
Yeah, and Mike wants to burst. He does not want to be put through the wall there, but he's going to turn around and try to put Kaneki through the wall if he didn't drop the combo, unfortunately.
Stun Dipper first hit. A really important note here, as you see when Kaneki goes for these air dashes, is always tapping FD to make sure he gets more momentum there.
Yeah, and Mike's tactic too is when he sees Kaneki go with that dash in the air, he is putting out that 5K to try and catch him crossing up. And here's a big cross up. Baits out the burst. Incredible stuff there.
I think the sickest thing about Mike blocking that burst is that I think that Mike actually couldn't convert after that. He just had a feeling that Kaneki was going to try and get space. That was just an amazing call.
Hold down back. Here we go. Heavy stun edge pressure, 6K to get some of those plus frames.
A +4 on that 6K. Still Mike able to swing.
Oh, that was almost devastating for Kaneki there. You have to be really careful playing that fireball range at mid-game, but there's the fully charged dust. And it's a blue beat combo, which does even more damage.
Backdashes the wild throw though. Taps the 5D of his own. Breaking the wall here.
Yeah, and using that fast RC on the 5D to get more damage with that conversion. And
Flawless FD.
Flawless FD to push him out perfectly, but unfortunately just he pushed him out just a little too far to punish him with the 2S.
Yeah, a great usage of the mechanics there from Kaneki, though. I think that that is one thing that a lot of people have had a complaint about in the game, is that the window for that is so tight that it's almost not viable to look for, because the making an error on it is so punishing.
But
so,
we're starting to see a lot of players.
Yeah, finally getting to the point where we're comfortable throwing it out, comfortable using it. Kaneki, as a Kai player, you have to have Kai's a character that requires you to have mastery of the game mechanics.
He's the character that relies on them, more so than any other character in the game.
Agreed completely.
There's the joke that, what's Kai's mechanic? It's the game mechanics.
Absolutely agreed. But the first one on the board for Mike here.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
That second game immediately with the 6-speed.
But he dashes the close slash and gets hit with a 2D.
With us reversal, gets the punish there with the 2K 2D, but can't get anything afterwards.
Yeah, you have to remember 5K, while it is 3 frames, it has a ton of recovery, so it is very easy to whip punish. And there we go. Straight into Ride the Lightning. This will break the wall. Ride the Lightning, a great super for carrying to the corner.
Oh, dashes up and taps FD, and that is a perfect example of Kai abusing the game mechanics. Dash up, taps FD, just to make it convincing. A micro step forward to get the throw afterwards.
And you're seeing a lot of 2S from Mike. I really like it, utilizing that buff 2S. There it is, the counter hit, straight into pressure in the corner, but we get that gold burst.
Oh, and air volcanic viper.
He air volcanic vipered his own vapor thrust.
Push to the corner here. 5K is just blocked. Goes for the run-up throw, and now round kind of turned on its head here. Mike in full control.
And yeah, he goes for that back here to make sure he gets enough damage to kill on the wall break.
Of course.
If he would have gone for maybe anything else, he might have given Kaneki just a sliver of help to make a comeback.
Isn't able to convert off of that. Another big stroke of damage here. I like ending with that light fireball sometimes just to try and, just as a mix-up there, catching backdashes, things like that.
He's got to be careful not to rely on it too much, though, because one perfectly placed Ground Viper will obliterate his life bar.
The 5K whiff punish with the standing slash. There's the counter hit and gets Vapor Thrust off of it.
Runs straight into the gun flame. Big counter hit on the 5H, but unfortunately pushed out just a little too much to convert. Catches the backdash with the PRC drift forward. Yeah. You love to see it.
PRC drift forward, an amazing call always after that. If the Stun Dipper hits and you PRC'd forward, you get an unscaled combo there. First hit of Stun Dipper, really not scaling the combo almost at all. So that's pretty much lights out if you can confirm that ever. And Kaneki knowing that if he goes for it, even if it doesn't hit, still his turn, get that slowdown.
Yeah, it's a really dirty trick you see a lot of Kai players doing, which is to late PRC their Stun Dipper, whether that be to catch any attempt at a punish, or as we just saw there, catching the backdash.
Game 3, 1 apiece here.
And we're going to see, what are they going to do at round start this time? It seems like Kaneki has been content at just pressing buttons and contesting at round start, but Mike has really been catching him and winning these early interactions.
Yeah, a lot of time it's just been Mike leaning into 6P straight away. Early on in this one, though, Mike able to win out just purely in raw footsies there, the far slash.
Oh, and he tries to bait out the burst there again. Oh, wakes up with a throw of his own. Mike delayed it a little too much, and that is going to... No, it does not counter hit. Not enough invincibility. There's the fast RC straight into wall break.
Amazing call there. Using the Vapor Thrust. Dashing forward. Kaneki with the footsies, man.
Yeah, and using fast RC with Kai is so important. You need to squeeze out every drop of damage you can get, and fast RC, of course, having much better damage scaling than allowing the RC to hit them. Stun Dipper, corner pressure set up, but the 5K reversal.
That's one of the most standout things, again, about Mike. Loves to stick out that 5K in all the right places here. Meaty 5K again from Kaneki, though. Chooses not to go for the super or for the RC. Just wants to hold it for neutral here. Avoids the 6H.
Yeah, just like straight up walking backwards, too. And he's sitting on full meter. This is going to be conversion into death. Doesn't even have to spend anymore.
I appreciate that from Kaneki, too. He goes for the RC just to make the combo easier. He gets an optimal touch off of that and gets maximum damage. Max damage not required for the situation. Just goes straight into the RC. I love tournament combos. Jobber, I love tournament combos.
The combos in this, the combo system in this game is so entertaining. The combo system feels, I say sometimes like a 2D Tekken in some ways.
That's fair.
Because when they go in the air, you are just juggling them forever, and it's so fun to watch. It's fun to do, too. Combos just feel satisfying.
So see if Kaneki can close this out here, or if Mike is going to be able to bring himself back into the action. Mike has been consistently getting leads. Leads aren't quite enough. You have to close out.
We're going to start both players showing respect.
Heavy swings to heavy slash afterwards. Respect be damned here. Mike is swinging for the fences right now.
And there's the blow up that we are talking about.
Dropped combo though. So much damage left on the table here.
Yeah, he absolutely wanted a 60 there. Has to burst to keep the corner. I like that. The delay before dashing up to see if he was going to do anything like burst.
The wall of Vanderbringer is going to have positive bonus here. Kaneki one touch away though. Even this up is going to have to spend his RC and fully charges the 5D.
And gets optimal right there. Gets as much damage as he possibly can.
Vortex and the PRC's forward.
Oh, 6P, but unfortunately whips the dire eclair. Oh, tries to go for the run-up throw, but Mike is ready for it with the backdash.
Duel 2. Let's rock.
Again, they are just, now we are getting at the point where they both respect each other so much that they're just backing up at round start.
Oh, love that TK fireball, so smart.
Oh, 6H into flip kick, here we go. 6K, the dash back.
Yeah, he was +4 there, but wasn't able to abuse it. Gets underneath with the 2H.
And that was thanks to the PRC slowing down Mike just enough for him to be able to run over and catch him.
Oh, kind of a missed opportunity there on that confirm. Hopefully it doesn't come back to bite him here. Absolutely could have killed off that touch.
Yeah, remember, oh, there it is, the 6H to catch. It looked like he was going for a ground Viper there, and he got caught in the startup.
What a whiff punish there. Max distance, fighting ghosts here.
Oh, there's the 6H punish for the hard knockdown. Oh, not able to punish the flip kick. Very hard to punish a whiff one.
Oh, but, okay, so the adjustment here is Mike is just 6Hing the 6Hs from Kaneki, and that is a game-ending touch here.
Yeah, beautiful backdash. He's not going to build up just enough meter to get it, so he's got one more interaction to go on to win this. And I would say all you need is 50 meter in a dream, but Kai has an uphill battle here.
Oh, throws the start of a Viper, though. This could be the start of something here. Gets another throw on the run-up, but this, oh, Mike comes away with it.
I definitely thought Kaneki threw him
did
there
too. I thought he ran up and got the throw. A huge shout to Jason Kiddo, by the way. 15 months, 14 in a row for the homie, dude. Jason Kiddo, one of the most prolific Marvel players here in the Parsec era, and has transferred offline incredibly well. Shouts to the homie Jason Kiddo, dude. We love you, buddy.
Thank you so much. But we have a 2-2 match here. We're going to our final game. Both these players, some of the best with their respective characters.
Agreed, yeah. Kaneki is probably Kaneki is easily in the top 5 of Seoul Kai representatives. Same with Mike here for the Seoul.
Yeah, and shout out to Mexico Guilty Gear.
Dude, seriously.
These guys are killing it.
Mexico is NA, by the way.
They are. It's true. That's why we have them in here.
Hold that. Mexico is NA. Nice whiff punish. It gets the burst immediately.
Yeah, and using the momentum with the dash up far slash. Oh, the IED over the gunflame. Here we go. Heavy stun edge Oki.
Yeah, he opts into to mix up rather than damage.
Oh, tries to get the whiff punish with the 6H. That would have been massive for Kai. It's his best starter.
Oh, okay. Far slash counter hit. Chunk of life gone, but he backdashes out of the pressure.
And these guys are playing the grounded base footsies that Guilty Gear's known for.
Huge counter hit. He gets the punish there on the 5D, the tab 5D.
Oh, PRC's his whiff throw to save himself. And there's the 6P.
A couple amazing answers in a row from Kaneki here.
Yeah, Kaneki is just absolutely playing out of his mind right now. He is able to see every option that Mike wants to choose before it comes.
Dude, what a read on the dash up Vapor Thrust. Huge counter hit, followed straight by a burst from Kaneki.
And using that TK fireball to punish him, but gets knocked into the corner himself.
Oh, trying to go for the whiff punish as always. Knockdown, tries to stagger it. Mike, fearless backdashes.
Oh, and he's going to get that. No, drops the conversion. That would have been death, but he gets the pick up here anyway.
Oh, and potentially, oh man. So Mike having burst here. Huge advantage going into this final round.
And he jumps forward, gold burst. This man is trying to establish dominance early.
Spends it, dash up throw, still has 50 meter, tries to backdash. Really looking for something very specific there. Kaneki not biting in the Viper hits.
And this is going to hurt. So much damage with the clean hit DP. Doesn't wall stick, but that's kind of preferable at this point.
Yeah, the burst wake up from Kaneki here.
And the patience. Mike is just willing to back up. The just block to keep himself close.
Okay, spends the RC. We're headed to the corner here.
Yeah, this will be. No, doesn't go for the wall break. Instead goes for the corner pressure.
Gives away the turn there. Is not afraid to reset neutral. Has to block the Viper.
Oh, the 2D whiffs. And this is the pickup with the wall bounce off the 5H, and Mike takes it.
Dude, Mike Saftig looking incredibly strong at the end of that game there. Kaneki had opportunities, but just backdashed a couple too many times.
I like this a lot in Ram's favor, especially in the corner situation. Nagoriyuki, big body character, has not a lot of air mobility. He gets locked down by swords really hard in the corner.
Agreed.
Especially with his slow buttons, too. Ram can just oppress him there. So that's what it's going to be. Here we go. We're immediately getting a wall break right at the start. And you know when Ram breaks the wall, that's a lot of damage every single time.
There, try to go for the backdash. Has to burst in the end. What a call out there from DKB.
Yeah, wow, I can't believe that reach. And see, here it is. Nago really has no choice. Oh, and he throws the run-up.
Still able to get it done there. Just a dash underneath DKB.
Yeah, DKB able to take the round, but Apotheosis showing that he knows how to handle Ram's corner pressure early on.
On that, tried to go for the backdash. Backdash against Ram, one of the most impossible things in the game.
Yeah, and you see, this is what I'm talking about. Nagoriyuki's so big that he just kind of has to hold these swords. He doesn't have much of an option of getting out. Some characters can jump out. Nagoriyuki has to fight his way out, which is very difficult.
A really tough situation there. DKB using the super to make sure that the sword wasn't going to explode. Gets the counter hit. The burst is blocked, and DKB is going to end that round with a bang, dude. The perfect.
Yeah, immediately going into super too.
So it looks like, guys, just so you know, we are having a small issue, audio issue related to the game, and we have to restart the console after this match. We appreciate you guys being so patient with us, but again, we will have that reset and fixed after this game, guys. For now, it is 1-0 in favor of DKB. Apotheosis never really got a chance to show his stuff. I mean, DKB winning neutral early on, and winning neutral with optimized touches to push the corner. That's what you have to do as Ramlethal.
Absolutely, and Ramlethal can play that zoning game too and keep Nagoriyuki out. Nagoriyuki, another character that has a difficult time against zoning, and Ram is absolutely one of the farthest reaching characters in the game. So she can play that and wait till she gets that confirmed to just push the corner with one sword shot.
Okay, the 6H is answered.
And I like that 6P from Apotheosis there. Another 6P for the trade. And there it is, early bite.
Ooh, trying to go for the clone into the dash backwards, looking for something, and looks for a gold burst anti-air.
And this is so unfortunate. He whiffs the gold burst, and now he's put in the corner, but in a weird side switch there. He uses the RC to switch sides back again, once that wall break.
Double jump there to make sure to break it with the heavy slash. Plenty of meter here. 6P and a PRC is avoided by DKB.
And the hitbox in that JH is just a little too far to hit, though. And look, just this absolute lockdown. Yep, there's the fast. Straight into super. Doesn't even give him a chance to think.
Okay, next round coming up. Apotheosis looks much better there, especially around the start of that last one. And that is what we need to see.
Counter hit 6H. So much damage off just 3 hits right there. And that is what Nagoriyuki loves to do. He had to burst off there. It looks like DKB, once this round goes out both swords, and gets the conversion all the way in the corner.
Okay, whips the throw tech. Had to go for the PRC afterwards.
No, I like that, though. That fast PRC down into 2S just to make him think something else is coming out and immediately canceling. But
this is a winnable round here from DKB. Breaking the wall here. Look at the blood gauge. This is all of a sudden very DKB favored, actually.
Yeah, he is about to have a lot of meter with this positive bonus. And the patience to run up 2K and block the burst.
RC into bite. Okay, Apotheosis fights out of a terrible situation there.
But he's got to keep the ball rolling. He cannot be put into the corner yet again, and here we are. Back into the corner with the counter hit.
It's at my home.
And he's going to build enough meter to super. Doesn't get the super in time, unfortunately.
Look at the life bar, though. The life totals telling a huge tale here. DKB goes for the RC forward. Again, push to the corner already, and Apotheosis, even crouching, that heavy slash sword is just high enough to make Nagoriyuki block. And like you said, big body Nagoriyuki having so much trouble getting out of there. Another perfect.
And what you're seeing here is you're seeing DKB is normally most Rams will throw the slash sword first to kind of lock you down. DKB knows that Nagoriyuki's not going to be able to jump out, so he's throwing the heavy sword up to make sure he doesn't even think about it.
Yeah, and that's causing hesitation from Apotheosis, as we've seen a lot of times. A lot of the time, depending on when they throw the sword, you can usually super jump out unless they're close enough to 5K you. So a lot of characters have options to break out of those situations, whether it's Fukyo for Nagoriyuki or just a super jump forward for someone like Millia. So there's always options. DKB is mixing it up so well, like you said, with the heavy sword, specifically just because it's messing up the practice timing of getting out of these sword situations. The sword being higher and exploding later makes it way more difficult if you're not used to having that be the first thing you have to deal with.
Yeah, and like we've said with Nagoriyuki's side, the explosion, if he tries to press, he's going to hit him. He's not small enough to avoid it. And
blocks there, again into the corner, and just like that, he gets counter-poked by the sword from behind him.
Yep, deja vu. Anything that Ram hits you with, you're going into the corner. And if you are in the corner, that is a guaranteed wall break, almost always. and this is just such a difficult matchup for Nagoriyuki, and there it is. He tried to poke that time and got hit by the explosion of the heavy sword.
2K5D, DKB, making it look easy here. Another perfect, 3 perfects out of the 5 rounds they've won.
Yeah, and this is set point here for DKB. Apotheosis needs to do something to bring this back. It's very difficult. He can't even super jump because DKB is just willing to throw the swords from full screen, prevent him from moving forward.
Yeah, the double sword throw there was so smart. Both swords are taken off the table. RC to reset the pressure has to block one more string here. Could potentially get out.
And we have a full risk gauge. If he gets hit, he's possibly dead. And look at this. What are you supposed to do? There's the counter hit straight into RC.
The damage is adding up. There's a throw. Okay, Apotheosis has his chance here. 5D. RC's out of it. So much damage, but breaking the wall, kind of unfortunate here. Returning to neutral with Ramlethal.
He has to make this count, though. And again, that's the second time we've seen that. Using the big overhead swing with the swords to catch him when he tries to use any special in neutral. And that's it. DKB takes it.
Dude, 3-0. DKB looking incredibly strong at every point of that match.
It's going to be Shine versus Lorenzo, so we're going to have the Pot versus Geo matchup coming up.
Yeah, I think this is a matchup that Potemkin does fairly well in. I think that it's probably slightly Potemkin favored. It's more about how the Giovanna plays. Potemkin's game plan is pretty set in stone. He obviously is going to do whatever he can to not have to block flip kicks, spiral arrows, things of that nature. And if he knocks you down, he's going to run that set play that we all know and love. It's going to be more about how Giovanna can steal turns or go for dash up, things like that. Far slash and far 2S are going to be the money makers here. Those multi-hitting moves stopping so much of what Potemkin wants to do.
Yeah, and we've seen that Lorenzo is very fundamentally sound, and he's showing it off right now, straight up with a wall break and the super in the corner.
Air dash in, got him on the high.
Yeah, the safe jump option there, and there's the conversion for the kill there. A perfect starting off strong here from Lorenzo. And he likes to go for the jump in at round start. You know, jumping in against Potemkin can be a smart option. If he tries to go for Hammer Fist, you can just jump up and block it.
Okay, gets slide head on the attempt. Goes for the Kara Pop Buster. Huge counter here from Lorenzo. He's going to spend this knockdown though. He's going to use the RC.
Yeah, he had to use it on that roundhouse kick. The roundhouse kick is not plus. And I like that, using the flip kick after the second hit of the Rekka series. Oh no.
As RC here, does he want to spend it? No.
He definitely wants to hold on to that. Maybe he's going to go for it. There it is. Oh, there's the burst. Just to get out of the corner. He does not want to be stuck in the corner against Potemkin. That is an awful place to be for anyone. PRC's the whiff pop buster. Combos into Garuda.
Oh, but missed his opportunity there. Actually, okay, still gets him with the standing heavy shine. A little bit of a drop there on actually a very hard combo choice.
Yeah, that was very impressive to go for. And here we go, the armor on the slide head. Now he's going to take his turn, push all the way to the corner here. Yeah, only goes for one Garuda this time. Are we going to get a second? There it is.
Yeah, making sure to do Kara Garuda just to keep himself closer and be able to threaten stealing the turn just like that. And Shine putting on a masterclass of why you have to have consistent Kara Garuda. Those situations there. If you don't go for Kara, you go for the first one, it hits, you get to threaten one mix-up, and then your turn kind of ends. As Potemkin here, you need to maximize how often you can steal turns. Using that the Kara version to get closer is how you thrive.
Absolutely, because when you're closer, Pop Buster is a threat.
Yes.
Not just going for Dust or 5K for the low. Making sure that you're in that range after Garuda for Pop Buster to be a threat will pretty much just allow you to do anything. You have full control over your opponent at that point. And that's why you see in so many of these options, getting that close range Garuda can decide the entire game.
Agreed.
Oh, the round start 2P, trying to stop Lorenzo from oppressing him.
So smart to go for, rather than damage, opt into that knockdown with the slide head off the counter hit. Any counter hit standing far button other than P from Potemkin, you can combo into that slide head.
There's the PRC for a full combo. Garuda in the corner. Lorenzo needs to start putting out FD a little bit sooner. He is getting chipped out by these Garudas.
He's able to low profile the jump in. Heavy attempt there from Shine. He's going to spend the RC, and the double dash up does not work out.
Yeah, just mashing on that P button, and there it is again. Potemkin, that is such a very valid tool for Potemkin to just mash on P, especially when your opponent is at such low life like that.
Just like that, 5P anti-air gets into a full conversion that pushes to the corner and ends up getting a burst off just an anti-air standing.
Yeah, that is an absolute win for Shine there to take the burst that early.
He's smart to recognize the distance there, knowing he wasn't going to be able to get more than just the knockdown, so the Garudas continue.
Yeah, and the amount of chip damage, he's blocking 3 Garudas. He's got an FD earlier.
Okay, went for back Mega Fist. Trying to be safe about this here.
And he's got to be careful of the danger penalty.
Trying to go slow. Flick. Flick is super underutilized tool just in footsies like that. Shine showing it off to amazing effect. It is incredible for the for what it's made for, right? Stopping projectiles, things like that. But Flick is just a very strong tool as a far-reaching normal, essentially.
Especially an anti-air.
Yes.
If they're going in for those IADs, Flick is incredibly powerful. Because its hitbox is extended so much further than it looks. But now we're going into our next game here, Shine up 2-0. And we're going to see this round start situation. Shine has been winning them. He's just using his fast buttons. Or going right there for an armor move to start.
Okay.
And I like that from Shine. He immediately bursted right on the first hit so that he could get his burst back earlier. And of course, Potemkin, a snowball character. He wants to get that ball rolling. And there's the PRC. Unfortunately, not able to punish it.
Yeah, and he's finally starting to mix in 2K2D. Isn't it? It's crazy to think about the fact that Shine has been going for mix-ups this whole time. Just now starting to use 2K2D, but Lorenzo cashing out off of this fully charged dust.
Oh, and just mashing out of the flip kick, converting it straight into the air grab. Here we go. Patience, too. There's the pop-buster. That's death.
Yeah, off the little stagger there. It's going to be RC, and fast RCs it to make it even harder to deal with there just in case there is a burst. So Shine, actually going to close it out here.
Tries to go for the slide head again, but Lorenzo's smart enough to back up and then IAD to punish it. Using the Mega Fist to jump over the roundhouse kick. What a wonderful backdash there from Lorenzo, too.
Dash comes through, forces the burst off of Shine. It's the strength of Potemkin, though. It doesn't really matter how many micro situations you lose, you're always in this.
And we're seeing a lot. This is what Lorenzo likes to do. Lorenzo likes to back up and fish out for those. There you go. Fish out for anything to whiff punish.
Triple close slash. Actually nets the hit there. Jumps over the throw. Okay, and sticks him to the wall there on the final hit. Lorenzo evening the rounds up here.
Yeah, Lorenzo really likes to go for 2K after hitting a fast dust like that.
He delayed that string very heavily, trying to bait Lorenzo into doing anything in between those moves, but Lorenzo does not bite, playing defense so well and earning a wall break off of it.
Yeah, and you see now Lorenzo is really starting to shift to this backing up, wait for you to whiff something that I know I can punish, get in and capitalize on the damage.
Actually looked for the jump in afterwards, could block there on the cross up.
Yeah, had to PRC out of there, did not want to get punished by 6H from Potemkin. Oh, tries to go for the dash and just gets clipped by a 2D.
No follow-up, wakes up, okay, he just blocked.
Able to block, impressive.
Goes for the gold burst a little too far, still okay though.
There's the burst of his own.
Just blocked there on the low, dealing with so much pressure here. RC's down.
Backing up, not able to punish the Mega Fist though.
Mega Fist back, a really, really useful tool in these tough situations.
And Shine is just blocking for his life here.
Another RC built up, another RC spent. Lorenzo continuing to try to apply this pressure to close this round out, but Shine never bites for a second.
And I like how Shine was throwing out those Mega Fists just to build up enough meter to RC there. Playing this game almost like Third Strike, whipping those buttons. One more Garuda will chip, and that's it.
Oh, unable to lock him down long enough to get the last Garuda off, and that's a heartbreaker because Lorenzo missed an opportunity to punish their Shine.
But we're getting into our next match here, DKB versus Mike Saftig. We just saw a dominant match from DKB not too long ago. Well, so we'll see if he can carry that momentum up against Mike. And I don't think Mike is going to let him. Now remember, Ground Viper, that is the great equalizer in this matchup. It will go underneath those far-hitting buttons from Ram and from those sword throws. And that, if that hits, counter hit, you all know what it does.
Good block there, goes for the sword throw. Immediately, first sword that's thrown, Mike jumps out of it.
So Mike putting DKB into the corner.
Gunflame there, great air-to-air, and actually forces the burst from DKB, and then Viper straight away.
That was really smart of DKB to burst before the 5K hit, because that Mike would have been able to jump cancel, but he's going to go ahead and get it here. Man, Mike is just getting these blue beat combos off of 5D consistently. I'm not sure what he's doing, but he's definitely adding more damage.
Yeah, RC fully charged 5D. I believe he's actually doing it because of the stagger off of Fafnir, because he's doing fast RC into it.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Yes. Continuing to push him into the corner here. Love the little delay. DKB doesn't bite.
Right up close slash pressure. Classy soul. Oh, and it looked like he was trying to go for a DP there, but bad burst. You do not want to burst against Ramlethal in the corner. So risky. But the side switch is going to allow Mike to stay alive here, and that was an accidental side switch on DKB's part.
He got the knockdown, spends the meter straight away. Isn't enough to kill, though. So in this situation, though.
Oh, punishes the 5K burst. He wants this round. He needs to take this round, or else it's over for him here.
And Mike, so smart there. But the double overhead. DKB evening it up.
Run up, slam the sword. Well, tries to go for the Vortex, but wasn't able to catch DKB, and there's a punish on the DP. Oh, straight corner conversion.
Straight into the super, is going to cast the laser. With that much damage already down, Mike in huge trouble here. Doesn't even have an RC of his own yet.
There's the tick throw. Drops the gold purse, but unable to punish it.
Sword, tries to go for Bandit Breaker. A good evasion from DKB.
Oh, he whiffs the final hit there, and now this is it. All Mike needs is one opportunity to take it.
YRC from DKB, and just swings straight away.
So unfortunate, Mike was going for a JS there, but DKB throwing out that air special just a little bit faster.
I'll tell you, Mike's going to have to be a little more careful about, I guess, when he pressures DKB. DKB has shown consistently not afraid to swing out, not afraid to, honestly, we've even seen Wake Up Super at one point from DKB.
Yeah. I mean, DKB also, on the flip side, he is just able to lock Mike down. He's really shown he's able to lock everyone down that he's been fighting against. But while we're getting started in our next game, guys, !Matcherino in the chat. We can get that going. We have plenty of codes left. And we have DKB up 1 right now against Mike Saftig.
So we'll have to see how Mike continues to deal with this sword pressure. The first time DKB threw the heavy sword first, Mike did a micro step forward and FD'd and actually didn't have to block the explosion. So it's already shown that he has answers dialed up for things like that.
Both players going to the air at round start. Mike's not able to convert off that 5K. He wasn't ready for it. Oh, he wanted to bait the burst there for sure. You're seeing Mike trying to lean more into that Vortex, but DKB is staying in the air to avoid it.
Ooh, baits out the 5K as well. Has a scouting report here on Mike. Knows he loves to press.
Oh, Fast RC goes for the low. Not too far from the DP, so he loses his turn. There's a run-up DP out of the corner.
And I think that you were pretty right on the call in the beginning of this matchup, but I want to see it more from Mike. We're not seeing enough Grand Viper, I don't think.
No, I mean, even ground vipering out of the corner is usually a very smart move. But of course, if DKB is sniffing it out, you have to have meter to make it safe.
Here's blocked and dealt with. Good from DKB. Just dashed under, no fear.
Here we go, push all the way into the corner. I like how he didn't continue that combo. He wanted to roll all the way into the corner for this pressure. Unrelenting. But just DPs afterwards.
So smart to go straight through with Volcanic Viper. Mike being a little more disrespectful with reversal options here, and it looks good on him. Catching DKB really off guard because Mike is not a reversal type player. normally.
No, and now he's pushed into the corner, bursts and gets hit by the explosion of the sword. That's so tragic.
Bursting in the corner is so difficult, if not impossible against her in a lot of situations, but gets the 6H counter hit.
Runs up, isn't able to time his media and gets thrown for it. While throws are still slower than they were in exit, you could still wake up throw if a media's mistimed. And there it is, the great equalizer. We're going to go all the way to the corner here now.
Even with the combo dropping, the RC has to be spent here from DKB. Viper straight out as soon as he sees the heavy sword.
And this is his opportunity, picks up the 5K, but didn't believe in it enough.
Kaneki Viper, anti-air, has to bait the throw attempt. Still gets it together though. Mike able to even up 1-1. And that's the second time that DKB has gone for heavy sword first, and Mike has had an answer. First time it was micro dash. Second time, Vortex immediately.
Yeah, so we'll have to see if DKB will switch it up and start going for that S sword now to lock him down just a little bit more.
Yeah, I think that generally against players like this, if they show you that they're able to get out of anything that's fake, that's not a true block string, you have to start leaning into the thing that we see the most often, which is S sword into 5K to guarantee lockdown. It'd be better to dispense mids than to risk a situation where Mike is able to get off a great reversal here. Because Mike, again, 2 for 2 on the heavy sword situation. So it's becoming pretty clear he knows that there's a gap and he knows how to abuse it.
I completely agree. But here we're going to jump into it 1-1.
Duel 1.
Mike making beautiful adjustments in that second game there, and round start with a 2S counter hit, and we're already into the corner with this unrelenting pressure. But the gold burst to get out. Yep, gonna RC that, has to RC that to keep it safe. And we're already on gold burst of his own.
DKB is very consistently just ran out of the corner in like the most disrespectful possible way. And it has happened almost every single time. I really love that DKB is confident enough to go for that. Right here, just runs up, just jumps away. Very casual from DKB to escape these corner situations.
Yeah, Mike's not locking him down really at all, but here we go. He's got his own corner situation going on for a full-on wall break.
Okay, gotta be careful about what you block here as Mike, one blocked sword, can still push to the corner, gets the hit, and the RC accidentally side switches though, so he's not gonna be able to push to the corner. Counter hit is still enough to do it. DKB making magic out of kind of a whiffed situation there.
Yeah, Ram easily has the best corner carry in the game. You shoot to his sword and you go full screen from wherever she is at.
No meter Vortex from Mike as the starter.
That's a lot of confidence to go for Vortex with no meter. There it is again. See, this is exactly what Mike needs to lean into more. Punish those slash buttons and heavy slash buttons with Vortex.
Yeah, starting to use it as a reversal in footsies, almost able to get the kill here, just a pixel away.
It's worth it in a lot of cases. I mean, it's working out for him so far in this round. And backdashing the throw attempt.
Duel 3.
Okay, final round here. A lot of momentum on the line in this game. Do not want to go down 2-1 here.
Yeah, DKB has consistently been going to the air a lot in these round start situations. Mike hasn't really had an answer to it yet.
Trying to bring your pressure to the corner here. Trying to abuse that, crank that wrist gauge, do as best you can here, but the jump over answered by Mike.
Trying to fish out with that far slash. There it is, gets the far slash, and there it is. You can see that is unfortunately drops the combo, but when he RCs and you don't see the RC hit, that is how you know they absolutely bursted.
Okay, extends that with the Rekkas. Plenty of meter here, has an RC to extend pressure, jumps out from Mike. Very smart, again is able to jump out.
Yeah, and DKB using that jump P-spam to keep him in the corner and throwing him back into the corner here, does not want to let him escape.
Maybe enough to kill. Like, is enough to kill. Holy moly. I thought he was just going to be able to break and go back to neutral, but DKB.
There go all your channel points.
Dude, oh my god. 2-1.
Yep, and so DKB has that early momentum now. You know, like we say, this is not where you want to be. Mike has to fight up 2 more games. That's an uphill battle to climb. But if anyone can do it, we know it is Mike.
Yeah, and especially piloting Soul. I mean, Soul is the type of character where, I mean, that's just the trademark of Soul in Strive is one counter hit normal linked into Vortex can just turn any round on its head. Life totals don't really matter here. Regardless of what your life bar says, Soul knows he can kill you in 2 hits.
Yep, 50 meter and a dream is all that he needs. It can happen to you.
Please don't let it happen to me. 2-1 here for DKB, looking to close this out in this top 8 winners here.
Again, round start Vortex. Yep, now we're starting to see Mike lean into that a little bit more.
Really nice block here, push to the corner.
Yeah, I like how DKB is playing that perfect far/slash range too. And then just converting any straight hit into a sword toss.
Still pressuring so much with these far slashes here. Dashes up to try and fake the throw. DKB does not bite. But again, not really getting anything done here. Mike is sitting on max meter.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of FDing from DKB, FDing the far slash, but nothing afterwards. He's pushing him out, but not doing anything.
Oh, and just the most 10,000 IQ bait from Mike there. Going for the PRC forward and then jumps. Baits out the throw tech perfectly.
There's another jump in from DKB. Oh, it doesn't confirm it to the sword toss this time. But there it is. We're going to get a full claw combo into super.
Yeah, full charge by D. Breaks the wall. So much damage down. Mike again, though. Counter hit the dream.
And he tried to press something waking up, maybe going for a DP. He had the meter to RC it if it was blocked.
Yeah,
but the wake up window, only 3 frames in this game. Very difficult to do consistently.
Reversal timing very tight here. 5K reversal. And that's what you want to see here. Starting to bait those throws. A lot of damage coming down. Positive bonus. Mike, one more touch will do it. Gotta even this up.
GKB is just constantly going to the air and coming in with that jump H right there.
Flame connecting, runs forward. He's actually gonna get the gold burst here. DKB.
There is RC to keep himself safe.
Trying hard to be the aggressor here. Fully charged dust is dealt with. Trey not in Ram's favor now, cornered.
Oh, the 5H whiffs, but it's all right. He gets the JK, JD conversion.
Dang, that's just an amazing call out there from Mike. Not only to jump with Ramlethal, because I feel like a lot of characters in Guilty Gear, a lot of the time it feels like it's to be successful with keeping characters locked down, you need to stay horizontal with them. I don't imagine it's a match where I ever thought I would see Soul double jumping to stay horizontal with Ramlethal.
He absolutely needs to, because DKB is playing a very airborne Ram,
yes.
and Mike is traditionally a very grounded Soul.
Agreed.
So I'd like to see him chase in the air with that JK more, you know, stuff out those JH options. Maybe going a little more air to air will force DKB to be a little more grounded, which is where Mike wants him to be.
Yeah, or situations like that. I mean, one clean hit DP as an anti-air to a jumping H will make DKB reconsider all the life choices, right?
And we saw right at round start, he immediately went for the JK.
Got the knockdown with the 2D.
See, here we go. He's starting to take to the air a little bit more.
He throws in an amazing way here. Try to bait the burst, actually. He's going to get thrown for it. So now DKB full control, bursting the burst, actually.
Now that's 10,000 IQ.
Awesome.
Not quite enough meter for the super.
Yeah, Mike having spent the burst there, actually. Really tough situation here. The run up from DKB was trying to react to backdash, it looks like.
He ran into him too. There it is. Ground Viper to punish. Oh, trying to use the PRC to pick up, but it's just a little too far away.
Hit that he can't hear. The RC delays. What a stagger from DKB.
And not quite close enough to kill. But, oh, here we go. The side switch. This is exactly where Mike wants DKB to be at, but he runs up and throws him.
Okay, so potentially the final round here. Mike, having built up that 50 meter, unfortunately he wasn't able to use it. Round start Viper into Grand Viper right away.
Yeah, DKB is sitting on set point, and Mike has spent his burst early. He will most likely not make it back by the time this round ends.
Okay, though, already pressed to the corner here. Tries to keep her in.
Oh, such a scary situation. He was almost stuck in the corner himself, but able to convert off that 5K, luckily.
Nice backdash and gets the burst here. Has to RC his own Viper.
And he needs one more hit to take this round and make it final round, final game.
Looking for the 5K. Okay, good dash up throw. DKB wants to end it here. Can't go to another round against the Soul. And finally brings out the 5K.
And he brings it out, but doesn't spend the meter to win.
No, oh no. BRC forward, tries to go for the air throw. Oh, Mike whiffs his air throw. A great call to go for the drift forward, and an even better one to jump with DKB, but the throw whiffing is crucial.
That was such
Face off against Eno. This is, again, is a very tough matchup for Eno.
Yeah, Aletheia, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly.
Mankind knew that they cannot change society.
So like we've said so many times, it's only a tough matchup till she gets in, and then it immediately changes. Axel has incredibly weak defense, his fastest button being 5K, which is 6 frames. He's part of the depressing 6-frame club. And no meterless reversal options. He lost those from Exert. So once Eno is able to navigate through Axel's chains and knock him down, this becomes a completely different matchup.
Yeah, but navigating across the screen, as we've known, Axel, everything that he does is a commitment. But Eno, that hover dash being her main form of transportation here makes it so difficult.
It's a commitment in itself, just to dash forward.
Oh, with the 6P pushed straight to the corner here. Showing off why this matchup could be very difficult. Stroke already about to break the wall.
And all these overheads, lows, there's the super, get all those plus frames, goes for the low option here, breaks the wall. And immediately with Chemical Love, the trade to take the round. Zintai jumping forward at round start.
Yeah, jump forward H specifically.
Very interesting option.
Very, very confident in that. I respect that. Goes for the pull. Pull generally feels like an odd option against Eno, kind of doing her job for her.
Oh, able to block the cycle for the side kick there. Here we go. Bomber, OTE on the ground. No, not close enough for the 2H.
Yeah, we're able to get Rents in charge either, looking for just about anything. Low profiles that with the stroke. Damage from HCL.
Yeah, stroke is one of Eno's best tools in this matchup, one of her best tools in general. The only thing that Axel really has that can hit stroke is Renson and 2H. And of course 2K and 2D, but those are so stubby.
Oh, dude, and the tick throw game, able to lock it down. And the more I'm watching these Eno players, I gotta say it. It might just be the propaganda here. It's seeming pretty like Eno can handle this.
As an Axel player, I hate this matchup. I think this matchup is hard.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, it's just when you look at the history of it, obviously in other Guilty Gears, it's like 8-2, but here it's. I feel like I might be quoting the lying gospel here. This is feeling kind of Eno centric.
I want to say the main difference between this and Exert. In Exert, Axel had multi-hitting normals on his chains, and in Exert, you could not block grounded normals in the air unless you FD'd.
Which made it impossible.
Yes, so Eno can just dash forward and hold back. She no longer has to spend FD, because in the old game, even she had to spend meter to block Axel. She was constantly in the air. And that is not a factor here, which is so good for her in this match.
Okay, empty throw. Okay, he's able to get burst.
Here we go. We got some rest there. We go 5P. Great long range. It has tip properties, which means if you hit the maximum range of it, it will do slightly more damage.
Throw, try to go for the follow-up. Nice FD timing there.
Oh, and stroking right underneath the 5P. That's what we talk about when we say that Axel has to make commitments on everything he presses.
Yeah, every single button, every single movement, every single action from Axel is a huge commitment. Just like that, 5P gets stroked immediately, and now, fully in there.
But you see, Axel does massive damage to Eno. She is the third lowest health in the game.
Resets that with the overhead. Double HCL, try to go for the empty low. Zintai up back, smart stuff.
Throw into the corner. Just going for a little bit of pressure. RCs to keep it going.
Ooh, love that little stagger.
Oh, I like that. I like the backdash into the JS.
That's just the stroke. Be careful about when she's gonna come in next. Nice delay.
Oh, the dash forward and traded, but not quite enough.
Zintai forced to spend his burst, and what a win here for the Eno. Even losing that round, you were at a pixel that was so small we couldn't even see it. Getting the burst from Axel there is crucial.
Absolutely. It's going to take a long time for it to come back, even if it does in this round. It'll just depend on how long he keeps Zintai alive here.
Millia gets the counter hit, and it's going to break the wall here. Wasn't able to cancel that to stop it.
And it doesn't look like Zintai's going to be alive long enough to build back that burst at this rate.
Okay, like him closing the gap a little bit here. It's got to be more careful about, again, stroke is the answer.
Oh, going for the low.
And the low into the HCL straight away. Another one on the board, 2-0 now. Zintai kind of struggling for answers here under the amount of offensive pressure that Aletheia is able to put out.
Zintai is able in some of these rounds to really push it to the brink, but it's just closing it out is what he's really having trouble doing. And capitalizing on some of these hits he's getting. We're seeing some 5Ps hit, but he's not able to convert anything off of them, like going to Renson with the explosion.
Yeah, just 5P as a reward for stopping Eno is not enough.
Yeah, especially when her reward is the amount of execution that Aletheia has to land all these hard combos.
Yeah, this like double HCL stuff is not super easy. So that's really, really cool stuff to see. But again, 2-0 now. Eno really making this look easy. And I think that the most important thing is that Aletheia understands that Note is not a viable option here. Has not even leaned into it. Even on wake-up options, would rather just keep her body close to Zintai, and that's the correct call.
Yeah, you see from a lot of Eno players, they're not really willing to use Note very often in most matchups. It's a lot more beneficial just to go in.
Yeah, certain matchups Note can be incredibly strong, but here the positioning matters way more than the extra layer of the mix-up, right?
There we go, though. Able to finally get that conversion, and now just throwing that, tries to go for the command grab. Unfortunately, Aletheia just able to jump out of it.
Ooh, 6 beats the 5P, and then the empty low forces the burst. Anti-bursting early, though, is good.
Aletheia really loves this empty low option. Goes for it so consistently.
And the moneymaker. Counter hit, resets the pressure.
And there it is again, the empty low. And this time, you see the super flash, it's too late.
Yeah, able to fake it this time. She needed a command, though, by the way.
That is death. That is something to point out, in case any of you don't know. If you have not jumped before the super flash, you are grabbed. That is a command grab.
Okay, 6P punish. Nice backdash from Zintai, but now back to the wall. Wow, how you use Renson here. Over 6P again.
All right, pushing full screen. And now Renson and 5P really are some of Axe's best options. There we go. Are we going to get that? Here we go. We're going to confirm to full combo. Oh, unfortunately, just a little too far to pick up. That could have killed.
Okay, and gets the pull, though. So Zintai getting that round here. Look a little better.
All right, jumping back to avoid the stroke. That's really smart there this time from Zintai. Yeah, and there's the double chemical love into empty throw.
It breaks the wall. He's going to spend the super to get through. So now has the opportunity to get closer here. Plenty of meter. Blocks the burst. Has to reset, though.
And he has to spend that meter. Chip is a factor. He's got to be careful. Hits him with the snail counter hit. 2S. Not able to get anything out of it.
Be really, really careful about how this happens. Cycle Crusher from full screen had 50 meter for an RC2. I think that's an amazing call.
Yep, Aletheia takes it a clean 3-0 over Zintai here. Eno generally kind of recovers from her moves pretty quickly.
Yeah, I think that this is also a matchup where Eno is going to lean on the Note. I think Note is going to be very strong here. As long as you're able to throw it in places where it will make sense, right? Being at spacings where you're not just going to get 2D counter hit for it, where you can't just spiral arrow through it. So be careful about how you use it.
We'll see this round start situation is very important and immediately goes for the dive kick.
Okay, Lorenzo's going to spend the burst. I mean, not a plethora of defensive options here from Gioso.
Oh, tries to go for the DP, but Aletheia does not bite. The patience straight into overhead wall break. Low option this time. Yep, 2K6P, and Aletheia takes that first round incredibly quickly. And then just solos on him.
Of course. Okay, anti-air 5P, straight to the empty low again. Aletheia so consistent with that.
Yeah, and you're seeing Lorenzo is trying to back up, but Aletheia is just constantly moving forward and keeping up with him. Oh, the 5K 2D punish there.
And not something you see a lot from Eno players. Normally they're trying to look to optimize into stroke and things like that. But Aletheia knows the option so well.
And a quick first game there. Impressive stuff.
Also, if that flag is correct, is Aletheia playing from Spain? Ah, from Spain. Oh, thank you, production. I love production.
I'm an uncultured American, so I don't recognize the players. I'm so sorry.
That's awesome, though.
But that is great to see. We love having players from all kinds of different places.
Living at the Texas border. Got you. Just Aletheia in the chat. I see you, homie. The first game, heavily in favor of the player here. Aletheia looking really, really strong. This is a potential problem here. When I'm looking at the bracket, looking at the characters that are left in this, I think has a pretty good matchup spread here. If Aletheia can get through Lorenzo, has a really good shot to go all the way, actually.
I actually really agree with you on that.
Like, Potemkin is not a fun matchup. It does well against Kai.
Who said Aletheia to lose it? That's what I'm
We'll have to figure out in a little bit, dude. Lorenzo starting off really strong.
Yep. All right, this is exactly 6. All right. That's very convincing. Aletheia immediately 6Ps the very first spiral arrow that we see. That's confidence.
Good dash cancels from Lorenzo, but Aletheia not cracking for a second.
Getting it? Oh, going for that overhead option again. OTG with the JH.
Stroke.
Gonna get a wall break.
Dude, Stroke getting the stagger there is crucial. Lorenzo, don't be a hero here. Yeah, it's just gonna hold on to it.
Smart option there.
If you can hit like a DP counter hit, you could potentially think about burst there, but Lorenzo holding on to it. Now he's going to want to burst as early as possible in this round.
And you saw that there. Aletheia was looking for the burst also.
Nice stagger. Aletheia not falling for a lot of the stagger pressure.
And they're bursting at once he sees the dash.
Plus frames there. 2D. Nice.
And I like the SD blinking here from Aletheia too.
Look at the wrist gauge. Look at the wrist gauge here. Gets the counter hit. This is going to be so much damage.
Yeah, that mortal counter.
Juggle missed action with the Tatsu. The drop actually helps Lorenzo. Lorenzo's combo dropping there turned into a very cheeky little reset.
Yeah, it's the American reset special. All right, Lorenzo really showing signs of life now. And there's the gold burst.
20-meter now. Giovanna at her strongest here.
Are we going to see a super get thrown out? We know that Lorenzo likes to do that at least once per game.
Oh, great stagger there. Dude, the timing on that was so perfect. Looks for the 5K for the extension on the combo.
Has enough meter to confirm off of the next hit. Oh, unfortunately, it was already in the air and couldn't cancel into a super.
Has YRC, has BRC, has plenty of resources. Forces the burst.
That's a hero burst here from Aletheia.
Kind of has to in there. Yeah, the plus frames gets the crouching light. Lorenzo is going to even the set count up 1-1. And I'll just say it. This is my first time watching Lorenzo play. And he's level 2300 online. So clearly not his first time playing. But I'm so pleasantly surprised and impressed with Lorenzo and how he's developed in this game. Obviously a very fundamentally sound player who's been incredibly successful in every single game that he puts his mind to. But I'm just excited to see him continuing to press on and do it over and over again and all these things. This is a really old, I have to gush a little bit, this is a super old head player from my region, and I just love seeing him be successful again.
It sounds like you're a little biased
I
there.
love Lorenzo, bro.
But I'm being really impressed here by Aletheia now. Just an absolute monster on the controls with Eno. Just the way that Aletheia is able to cycle through the different mixes, you'll see he's not afraid to go for like 4 overhead options in a row, and then immediately once you even if you're getting hit by them all the time, we'll immediately start switching to low.
Yeah, agreed. I mean, Aletheia is one of the most, if not the most adept Eno that I have personally seen. Is
yeah, that's
very in
TNS
control.
for sure.
Very, very in control, I think is the best way to describe it. And is really calm under pressure. Again, is leaning into the low more often. Is kind of abusing the fact that most Enos try to go for these like quadruple overheads. It's 2K2D from Aletheia a lot of the time.
Yeah, I mean, if you get them knocked down, you just keep getting turn after turn after turn. It's a coin flip.
As I say, that gets the double overhead.
Yeah, and like you were mentioning, 2D, not a really great option. He got counter hit by the JH.
Yeah,
by the JS.
Have to be careful about where you pick those out. Close slash into the throw. Starting to mix the throw game in earlier than normal here. Lorenzo's a little ahead of schedule.
You're right, we normally see him do it in the final game, but he definitely has to pull out more of the stops here to try and get this game going in his favor.
Reset for the heavy stroke. Here's the note finally coming through. Lorenzo with the blocks and gets the instant air dash out.
Yeah, that was so smart. Recognizing that from that distance, Eno is going. If Eno wants to keep the pressure, she's going to have to stroke. So IEDing outward. unfortunately, all that praise can't help you when you get hit by a super in the corner and killed.
Double overhead super, able to close that. The huge trade on Stroke. Aletheia turns that into a mix up there and gets the throw.
And I like how he's doing like a micro dash forward, JP, to make himself fall directly down and go for more mix-ups.
Aggressive BRC crosses up. Huge opportunity here for Lorenzo. One more touch.
There's the OTG. Oh, empty dash low. And there's that note again and goes for the overhead. Great place to burst though from Lorenzo. That's the best button you could possibly burst on Eno if she's not willing to RC.
Mike stand final hit pushes Lorenzo a little too far. Aletheia closing that one out again. And that came off of a kind of a straggler of a hit. On that last one. The mic stand getting the final touch, being able to follow through with Stroke.
But yeah, that's what we like to see though. And now Aletheia is up 2-1 against Lorenzo. And we're really seeing Lorenzo get his back pushed to the wall here.
Yeah, I mean, that is one of those things. Aletheia is just playing so safe and solid. As far as Enos go, again, as players and characters that can be incredibly aggressive and can just kind of like pedal to the metal, no chill whatsoever. Seeing the players that know how to slow down and how to use the slow play to their advantage when they do turn up, Aletheia is highlighting that perfectly as an Eno player.
You're right, it's very tempting to go in with these characters. Hey, we got Birthday Train going. Shout out to Exert. Here we go. Lorenzo getting the early lead here by a lot. This might be a quick round.
Yeah,
this isn't going to
super.
kill.
It's going to be very close. Still going to live. Gets a safe jump here, though.
Tries to go for the low. There's the 6P. Yeah, and Aletheia is just so good at predicting when that spiral arrow is going to come out. That is the second time he has 6P'd.
Yeah, very consistent with stopping these turn steals. The only one that Lorenzo's been getting is the cross up with the flip kick when he puts close slash on him.
Yeah, while 6P is a good button, its upwards hitbox can be slightly lacking.
Okay.
A lot of FD blinking here from Aletheia. Great use of 6P to steal the turn.
Another overhead, triple overhead there from Aletheia. Again,
conditioning.
Yeah, we highlighted Aletheia was so good going for the low so often. Is finally starting to, again, turn up that heat a little bit with the triple overhead there, canceling the Psycho Crusher.
Yeah, and now sitting at set point here. Wants to send Lorenzo home this round.
Charge the 5D, he throws it. That is a statement throw, and then tries to go for his own.
And gets it with the JK and able to convert.
Lorenzo back to the corner here, has 50 meter now. Lorenzo has the burst if he so chooses. Guys, be careful about how you use it though.
Empty dash throw. Next thing we'll decide, it had to burst there. You had to take back that positioning.
Avoids the no, gets the cross up. This is ever time to get it started here.
Oh no, the BRC straight into throw. Very smart move. BRC to see whatever Geo was going to do, saw that he was committed to dash and just mashed.
I do not know how to structure your pressure in ways to where the flick is not relevant or is more risky than it normally would be. Potemkin has an absolute get out of jail free for sure.
Yeah, so we'll see. And of course, like any of these really snowbally matchups, the round start situation is incredibly important. We're going to see what are they going to go for, and DKB just going straight for the jump in. We've seen that all night. DKB loves to take to the air in these round start situations, but Shine immediately getting the early lead here.
Forces the burst off of that. Good block.
And there's that 6P.
And I love that. I love that because it's such a well struck. I'll explain in a second. Oh, dude, looking for whatever he can here. Gets to throw DKB as the corner now.
All right, first.
The sword still blew up.
Oh, the sword blew up again, knocking him out of it. Now remember, Potemkin does have a hard time handling these swords if he's not flicking them.
Okay.
There's the Mega Fist over.
Dude, the BRC forward is a classic Garuda setup to try and set yourself up to try and steal more turns there. Knowing that DKB would know that that setup is structured in that way, being able to get the Pop Buster off of that is so smart. And now we're back to that same mix-up.
Oh, it tries to go. There we go. Again, 6P putting in work here.
Dash underneath. Really brave to dash under Mega Fist like that.
Yeah, but we're going to get a wall break here. Not quite enough meter to get the super. That's okay. Get to save that meter for this RC right here to keep some pressure going on.
Shine has plenty of meter though. Gets the throw.
Oh, the patience from Shine to just sit and wait.
Dude, sometimes nothing is the best mix-up. Everybody knows.
There we go. There's the Aegis.
And knowing that the Aegis was blocked in midair, falling and landing, really the only thing there from DKB is either super as you land or just be already holding up, dude. Shine knowing that as he lands, that is one of the most unexpected best places to be able to sneak in that Pop Buster. In some situations, you can line it up to be guaranteed.
Absolutely. I mean, Shine is a premier Potemkin player. Been playing Potemkin for
One of the
a
best.
long time. Even back in Exerd. And this is a tough matchup for Potemkin in the way that Shine was just playing it picture perfect.
I absolutely agreed here. This is not an easy one for Potemkin, but Shine's making it look good.
He's even got the Ram badge. Look, he's got that Ram badge on this saying, I kill Rams for a living.
But DKB still in this. He's been looking consistent all night. This is just going to be about more. We need more once we get to the corner here. Shine has been able to get a wake-up throw on Ram, which is not something you see very often working out. That's a great punish to start this round.
Yeah, this time DKB decides to stay grounded at round start, and it works out in his favor. It just immediately launches both swords, and he's going to get a super off this. No, drops it, but that's all right. Gets a reset.
Yeah, the reset almost better here. Extra damage.
We take those. And he's going to get a hard knockdown, too. And just run up close slash.
They had another super built up as well. That's how the round should go here for DKB. Way to win neutral. Round start. All it takes is a 99-second button from Ram, and Shine can just get run over.
And Shine is prepared for these options. Just immediately 2S's. Ram's flipping. There's the Garuda, double Garuda. 6P to catch her out of the air, and Buster!
RC converts that. So smart. No, doesn't kill.
This is a very uphill battle, though. He just needs one touch.
That jumping P was so smart.
Spending all this meter and flicks. Gets
Finally.
the chip out with the flick.
Dude, Shine looking so clean on that one. Having the burst available still. KB, a little bit to go until he gets his. Nice jump over. Got the hit. Can't convert, though.
And these 6Ps, Shine is placing the 6Ps in the perfect situation. We know that DKB loves to use JH to get in and land on top of you, but Potemkin's 6P hits directly above him.
Actually gets the burst out of that. Big counter hit trade. Shine is able to get a slide hit off in 6H.
For the Buster, and then tries to throw out the burst.
I think the gold burst was a great idea, but now DKB has control. Half the life is gone now.
And we're going
Huge
to get
advantage
here.
Huge advantage off this break.
We're going to see another run-up close slash, just like last time. That is what we see. Opting to just go for pressure, not for any kind of a mix.
Jump out with the Mega Fist. PRC forward and gets the Pop Buster again, recognizing if you see anything that looks remotely not like jump, that is a guaranteed Pop Buster. So smart from Shine.
And Shine is just 2-up 2-0 already here. All he needs to do is get a few more Pop Busters. 4 more Pop Busters, and he's sitting in Grand Finals, winner's side.
Yeah, I mean, that or make a block 16 Garudas. There's a, you know.
Those are both real possibilities.
We'll see, though. And, dude, Kara Garuda is not an easy input either. For him to just very casually, consistently get those, that is definitely not an easy thing to do.
Potemkin, funny enough, one of the highest execution characters in the game.
To be optimal, yeah. You can dumb it down as much as you want, but to be an optimal Potemkin player, it is very difficult to do a lot of the things.
And there we go, slide head. Just holds down back in his face. I love how Shine is just willing to stare at him. Yeah. We've seen that multiple times.
Force the burst with the Garuda as well. PRC's forward. One more mix-up. 6H, just gonna jump. Okay, gets the hit again. So now Shine is threatening set point, trying to go to grand finals winner's side here.
For the round start 2P. Oh, Mega Fist and gets the side swap too. Oh no.
Pop Buster, guaranteed.
And he's going to build meter too. Is he going to RC? Opts not to, wants to hold on to it. But that's
guaranteed.
it.
Guaranteed from that point once the Garuda hits the 2D wall sticks and Shine facing off against Aletheia. Aletheia has been running the gauntlet. And again, as we said, every single matchup that Aletheia wins is getting a little easier, I think, on the matchup spread here. I think Soul is going to be the final contest here.
Yeah, this is a character with a meterless reversal.
Yes.
And we'll see if Mike is willing to just let that DP rip.
Generally, Mike is. And again, I just want to point out one of the sickest Vortex. Oh my god.
We've seen many Twitter clips where Ino just explodes off of one touch from Soul. So we'll see how this goes.
I just want to say again, though, seeing the flags on the corners here, getting to see some international play here, Mike, obviously, and then from Spain, Aletheia. Dude, so sick to get to see this in Strive online. And another Vortex.
You know, I really like we saw earlier in the round, Mike throwing out a lot of gun flames, which will cover that dash in as well as covering the stroke. It's a very smart option.
Okay, stroke again.
Yep.
Breaks the wall.
Oh, the BRC forward 5K. Unfortunately, there was nothing Aletheia could do there.
Nice jump over the node, actually. It took a really beeline angle to get across that.
Oh, tries to go for that 5K 2D straight in the stroke. Oh, DP after the stroke. He knows that's not real. There is a gap there. There's another DP.
Low slash into 2D, attempting to go for the staggered block string there. YRC to push away, but the 6P.
Bandit and DP after says, you're not going to punish me. Are we going to see another one? No, goes for the run-up close slash this time. And they're just brawling back and forth in the corner here.
Dude, and this is the problem, though, is Aletheia can't get baited into playing these brawly situations. Brawling with Soul is never in your favor. Unless you're like Chip, and even against Chip, not really what you want to do.
No, oh, PRC, dash back. All right, there we go. The 6B not able to pick up, though, with the stroke, and that's going to do it. Mike takes that round.
I think that Ino thrives in situations where she makes other people feel like they need to scramble, but when it actually comes down to the real scramble, both players on their feet, Ino needs to eject as fast as possible, get away from Soul. Like, you are a monster at mauling him when he's down and making him feel like he needs to fumble, play fast. You're good at outpacing people and making them feel rushed. But when they're able to stand and deliver, you've got to get away from Soul. You cannot get baited into scrambling, I feel like.
Yeah, and especially here, we saw that Mike was in fact willing to just let those DPs rip. He was letting constant DPs come out to just take his turns back. He would do something that he knew was not exactly fully punishable, but not the safest, and then would immediately DP after and say, no, it's still my turn. You gotta hold that. And you know, Ino's air dash making it, well, Ino's air dash.
I love that. Oh, sorry, continue.
Well, Ino's air dash is a very good mobility option and very good for her mix-ups. When it comes to approaching characters from long range and getting punishes, it can be a little difficult sometimes.
Brown start Bandit Bringer from Mike. Maybe a little overconfident here. Has got his burst stolen already, and Aletheia off to the races here. Oh, wake up 5K though. Got to be airtight on these strings, that 3-framer from Soul.
Yeah, and staggering these slash buttons. Oh, tries to go for the cheeky cross-up.
That's like the most cursed mix-up Ino has, is cross-up H.
Oh, there it is. Empty dash throw.
Missed execution there. Vortex on wake up.
All right, good stuff. Blocks the fully charged dust. All right, this is smart from Aletheia. Don't go rushing in right away. Just wait for your opportunity.
Oh,
tries 6P, but Mike holds it just enough.
Oh, and then the air-to-air. The delay with Banditbringer was so smart.
Yeah, it is a button that can be charged, and using that to bait out anti-airs is what it's for. And see, here we are. We're seeing this Gunflame too. Gunflame will stop Eno from dashing in and also stop her from stroking, which are two of her main approaches. So it's great spatial control from Mike here.
Dropped his combo and gets thrown for it. Now pushed to the corner. Aletheia baits the 5K and can't whiff punish either. Two huge miscues.
Yeah,
The 6P kind of balances it out.
got him that clean hit DP too. Mike's defense is really popping off right now. He's blocking all these lows. Doesn't RC, but doesn't get punished for it.
Dude, what a bargain. Being able to save that meter.
Yeah, we take that.
Triple overhead, plus 20. Backdashes a throw.
Yeah, Mike called it out this time. He got hit by that last time. He said, not again. And Mike is just backdashing out of a lot of these situations. Aletheia is trying to pressure. Oh! He's been able to punch, but there we go. Picks up this one. Now you gotta be careful here. He is sitting on full meter. And there it is, but that should be a safe jump. It is, in fact, a safe jump.
Oh, and had meter to cancel, but Aletheia standing throw. 1-1 on the rounds now. Mike looked really good in the first game, but Aletheia, again, I think it just comes down to what I was saying between games there. Mike has got his stuff back together, so we are back into the match here. So, Mike, try to fight his way back into this. Hopefully the buttons are all set now. Got everything back together.
Yeah,
doing stick surgery in the middle of a set is the most stressful thing ever.
It really is. But we're up. We're 1-1, so it's still tied up here. Right into it. Mike's playing a little more evasive here. Early burst.
Yeah, I think he actually meant for that to be a gold burst there. We're trying to go for the use it footsies there. And 6H into Volcanic Viper. Establishing early. The reversal game is here.
Yep, here we go. Aletheia going for that low. Starting to... Yeah, okay, overhead this time. Aletheia's so good at conditioning. Oh, isn't able to break the wall, unfortunately. He gets put in the corner himself. This might be tragic. But able to just look at that backdash, that buffed backdash.
Very casual. The escape 5K answers. Going for the close flash. Flashing the FD to try and keep Soul out. Nice backdash trades.
And that is definitely 100% in Soul's favor. RCs to see the burst coming and just eats it.
Again, always important. If you go for red RC and you're that close to them, you can visually confirm, or you can even look up at the burst bar. If they burst in the middle of your RC animation, the burst bar will be empty. It will not say burst. You can visually confirm that they burst as well.
Yeah, it is a free punish for sure.
Good muscle memory to get into glancing up there every once in a while if you're expecting a burst.
And Aletheia with the very solid defense. Oh, the PRC backwards to catch the dive kick.
Dude, doesn't get too much of a reward. It's okay still, goes for the 5K. Nice block from Aletheia, knowing it wasn't your turn anymore, and the 6P to answer.
All right, and there's another burst from Mike. Mike really does not want to be knocked down. He is bursting the moment he gets touched.
Amazing call here. Is working out very well. Should be able to break the wall. Not enough to kill, though. Aletheia plenty of meter. Mike looking like a different beast here with his buttons working.
Oh, wake up super. Here we go. And gets the hard knockdown. This is going to be it. Tries to go for the cheeky mix, but misses it. Backdashing right out of the range of the JK.
Oh, and the double reset. Aletheia recognized that first hit wasn't going to get an optimal enough combo to get the kill, so tries to go for the reset early on.
Yeah, both these players just pulling out all the stops, playing out their minds here.
Double overhead again. Yeah, just the throw game started. Trying to go for the standing stick. Wasn't able to cancel there. Round start, he goes with that.
Oh, tries to go for the 6P, bait out any kind of button press. Here we go, RC.
That's one, gets the burst out of Mike.
And there it is, that gunflame. I want to see more gunflames from Mike. Lock down that mid-range.
RC to push away, gets the 2D.
Tries to go for the ground Viper, has to RC it to stay safe. Oh, gets hit by that counter hit stroke, and Aletheia is going to go up 2-1 on Mike.
And that was, oh, wow. If you had only watched the first round there, you'd assume that Mike runs away with it. Aletheia adapting so well in those final 2 rounds. Dude, so Mike, again, kind of on the ropes here. is looking way more consistent, though. I mean, the gun flame was looking good. The anti-air combos were better. I didn't drop a combo there. That was one of the things in the first game that that Aletheia took down was dropped combos were plaguing Mike. Mike looked really consistent on his touches there. Just has to find more of them.
And Aletheia just wants to take this last game and move on into losers final. Just going on this grind through the losers bracket here in top 8.
Aletheia is playing super hot at this point. I mean, this many games in a row. At that point, you know you're running hot.
While everyone else is cooling off.
2S trade, nice backdash.
There we go, the 6P. Unfortunately, not able to bait out the burst with the stroke. We'll see that a lot from Eno. Stroke low profile so low that it will go underneath burst in a lot of situations. Oh no, here's, yep, had to burst there. Mike almost baited it out.
I like the timing from Aletheia, though. Bursting late, but not late enough to where it takes a substantial amount of damage.
And what you're seeing in this matchup, the pace of this match you're seeing a lot, is both players slow down, explode into one situation, and then immediately slow down again.
See, you know, again, trying to force the scramble just like that, making Mike feel like he needs to go for reversals. Banderbringer kind of bails him out, though. He's going to have an RC.
But drops the close touch conversion. That's okay, though, because Aletheia whiffs a throw and gets killed for it.
Mike might be able to get back into this, able to get under the Banderbringer, and okay, finally starting to bait that 5K.
Yeah, that Rapstar clash was very impressive. Oh, tries to jab him out of the air. He's just a little too high with the Banderbringer, unfortunately. And you get caught trying to press buttons by the bar slash, and look at that.
Knocking on the door is Mike. The amount of damage you take for one error.
Oh my god, knocking on heaven's door. Tries to wake up Super. Just panicking.
The backup is nothing. Oh no, Mike. He's going to burst there, and 6P tried to read it.
Yeah, unfortunately the recovery frames get hit by that
I saw someone in the chat say earlier they're playing like it's 2-2. They just knew it was coming.
Yeah,
Final game. Oh. So very back and forth. Mike, huge advantage just purely in terms of momentum going into this last game.
Yeah, and at this point, I don't really know who to favor here. Either player could take this easily.
Yeah, very, very even here. Aletheia we've shown. And it doesn't, that's the most impressive thing about Aletheia is really it doesn't matter like where the situation gets to. They are calm and collected in the clutch. They know if they get the knockdown, they're absolutely still in it. There's been a couple situations where they've had pixel life left. They found a 2D and they run their structured mix-up as if their health bar was full. And that's how you have to go as one of these high-octane mix-up characters, is you have to be cool on the comeback. Any touch, any amount of life you have left, you're still in it.
But we have seen slight cracks in that stone wall structure with that kind of scrambly wake-up burst there at the end. It's not something we see too often. But we'll see if Aletheia can steel himself and keep going forward with this.
Mankind knew that they cannot change.
Here we go. We're getting into our final game here in loser semi.
Quite jumping heavy. Committal stuff from Mike. Mike not afraid at all, but paying for it there with the stroke.
Yeah, using that stroke. There we go. That is the answer to Gunflame, using vertical chemical love.
Ooh, but maybe a little too late to have gotten that. Still has a burst available, but when can you use it here? Might not even need to. Get the knockdown. Here comes the mix-up. Just go stroke instead of the overhead.
Yeah, doesn't spend the meter. Oh, there it is, the safe jump. No, he wasn't able to. So unfortunate.
Mistimed, potentially?
Yeah, but now Mike is sitting here at set point. Oh, it's the patience. Mike is just willing to stare down Aletheia. Press the button, I'm ready to counter hit you.
Okay, good block on the Psycho Crusher. Delays.
Yeah, great awareness from Aletheia to block there, knowing that once you pop, there's nothing you can do. Soul will just press 5.
Look at the wrist gauge. Gets the full hit. He's going to have to burst. You have to burst. Answers the stroke. Wake up throw. It's a punish.
All right, this is Aletheia's opportunity. Can't mess this up. Has him in the corner.
Viper comes out, gets the hit. Got to get as much damage as you can here. Double HCL. tries to reset the situation, but Mike is able to wake up and get the hit 3-2.
It really looked like Aletheia was attempting to go. We saw Mike was going for a lot of those ground Vipers, and they were working out for him.
Yes.
And he also wasn't getting punished on the ones that were being blocked.
Yeah, a lot of it too was that DKB was doing not airtight setups when he stuck the swords to the wall. And he was consistently Vipering out of that as well. If you're going to give him room to Vortex, Mike will Vortex every time in those situations because he knows it just works. Got to be more careful and keep it more airtight. 5K after those situations. And the burst is already eaten here after a huge scramble.
Oh, backdash trying to bait out the throw attempt. And just using that bar/momentum to move himself forward with an active hitbox. Gets the OTG, but it's not enough to kill, but that's all right. He chips out with the 6S.
It's his best movement tool.
It really is.
First round, securely in Mike's favor here. That double jump, really often what we see from DKB at round start, loves to get evasive.
There's the air bandit. Gets tossed back towards the corner. All right, now Mike's going to have to hold this pressure. See, there he goes. Whips his own burst. So unfortunate.
Yeah, DKB structured that so well. Again, we know that Mike is willing to go for Vortex whenever he's given the opportunity. DKB baiting that out, but this time the Volcanic Viper.
Mike drops the combo. He was going for the JD conversion to push to the wall, and then gets tossed in the corner. Yep, going to RC and close this out.
RC for the kill. Very, very smart there. And reversal throw, wake up throw can be really smart if Souls misspace their pressure or mistime it. So huge shouts to the homie Ray coming through with the raid, bro. I see you, and I love seeing the OGs in the chat.
Absolutely. Look at all the...
Good to see you guys. Hope you're doing well. Aeonian, I love you. That's Alex1.
All the ALMAOs in the chat here. But wow, just a big dust combo. Mike didn't have any burst to get out of it here.
Continuing to pressure, throws the sword. Nice 2K, but there's the counter hit with the 2S.
Yeah, that was really smart from DKB. Wow, that jump right into the clean hit DP.
Corner. Burst is still not available here. Nice block. Gets the counter hit.
Oh, whips the 5H.
Smart from DKB to hold the burst twice, knowing that neither of those situations were going to pan out, and then gets the gold burst off of it.
And he's going to get the punish here. Tries to hard bait out the burst. That's so unfortunate.
Mike holding onto that burst. The genius level play. He's got to be careful now. One more mix up the block and the 5D. Not enough to kill.
And the reason...
So far.
With
so
the
brave.
heavy slash.
Reacted to Bandit Bringer with that. DKB.
And what you're seeing with those double swords is when DKB has meter, DKB is going to throw out those double swords and RC for the massive plus frame so he can run in and establish his pressure.
Say when they lean back, the blowback, we call that the whoa Nelly.
Whoa,
got him knocked down, dude.
The sheesh.
So smart to be able to go for that. So DKB first game off of a hell of a last round. That round 3 was kind of crucial.
I can't believe that was just the first game, honestly. It felt like the second. But
again, a huge shout out to Ray, man, for coming through. I really hope your stream went well. It's good to see you, buddy. See you be out there thriving at Reflex, stuff like that. Everybody's been doing big things. We love all the Marvel homies.
All right, we're getting here. DKB up 1-0. Mike switching to the Millia.
Is going to swap. So this is something we've teased at quite a lot. Mike is a very competent Millia player. Soul is certainly the thing he's known for more, but he's going to opt into this matchup here. And as far as Millia versus Ram, I think it's going to be a lot of the same problems, but it's going to be a lot more mileage from Mike per hit. Not necessarily in terms of damage, but in terms of pressure, right?
Yeah, I think that you're seeing DKB really likes to go to the air. Of course, we know Millia is very strong in the air. One of the best characters in the air, actually. But also just, I think that Mike is kind of tired of this. Tired of DKB jumping out of pressure and wants to be able to just lock down Ramlethal. And Millia is a perfect character to just lock you down.
Yeah, absolutely agree. Goes to the back dash there. Looks for the 6-speed. 2K, 2D. Very smart into the double overhead. 6-speed again into car.
Oh, goes for the double overhead there. Super to break the wall. Just not enough to kill. Scaled a little too hard there.
Already looking so good here from Mike. Throw into the corner now. Oh. Everyone has been falling for that all night. DKB is getting infinite mileage off of that.
Can't burst there, and he gets the hard knockdown too.
He backdashed.
He tried to wake up Super. He still has the meter to cancel it though. And he's going to go for the low and then fast RC.
Tap the 5D. Very smart. So Mike, again, looking way better here in this first game here as the Millia.
This switch is 100% working out in his favor. Tries to go for the double overhead mix-up there.
Okay, jump low. In the corner here off the delay. Try to go for the re-jump, couldn't quite get it.
And we're going to get the RC to the side switch. And we're going to get a full-on wall break, too.
Luckily there from Mike. DKB not gaining a lot of meter off that because of the penalty. Now with positive bonus starting to rack it up, that's all going to change here.
Mike needs to be careful here. Millia, low health. That is one downside to the switch. He can't make as many mistakes as he can as Soul.
He used double air dash into the command jump into PRC, navigated half the screen across.
And look at this!
Just fixed those, dude. Oh, right.
Dash over, dash over, dash over.
Feeling bad mood in the future here. Double overhead is dealt with the 5P. Gold burst.
There it is, and just run up 2S.
Dude, Mike looked like disrespectfully good that round.
Oh, those just dash over to each side with the JH was disrespectful.
He had him in the infinite. what do you do?
Hey, man, if you ain't going to block it.
Oh, my God. That was so sick from Mike there. DKB. I mean, that's part of the strength of being a player that plays multiple characters, though, is DKB was so geared for the Soul, looked so good in the matchup. Mike gets to have played and had info against DKB's Ram and then swaps. DKB needs a game to calibrate there. So it's kind of expected here for the player who swaps to have their biggest advantage in the first game after they swap, right?
Absolutely. And, you know, I think that Millia's air buttons and just a lot of her pressure is really what made the difference here for Mike, too.
Agreed, yeah.
And I like it. He's trying to 6P at round start. He knows that DKB likes to go into the air a lot. A very jumpy Ramlethal player. And I don't say that in a bad way. It's been working out really well. Ramlethal is a very strong character in the air.
Nice block. Try to go for it again. Nice. Push to the corner. Close slash is blocked. Now trouble.
He blocks that overhead too. And this should be a wall stick.
Yeah, DKB did everything right, but in the end is still stuck in the corner here. The unstick actually keeps him in the corner now.
Oh, that's what Mike has been looking for the entire time, trying to burst through the sword, and gets it that time. It catches him backdashing, but not able to convert.
Throw, DKB spending the RC.
Yeah, he wants that wall break. Smart to spend the RC, get the wall break, get the positive bonus. You spend the meter, but you get it back right away. You see, yeah, he's just playing this air game. Mike needs to go up there and meet him. This match, at least, is a little bit more of the same. You're seeing a lot of DKB going into the air, controlling that airspace. And even though Mike has swapped to a character who is arguably one of, if not the best characters in the air, he's still not able to really contest.
Close slashes are adding up here. Already pressed to the corner, no available burst. So now half the life gone here for DKB. He's got to be careful and gets anti-aired straight away. Should hold the burst here.
Yep, and Millia's close slash, one of the best anti-airs in the game. Absolutely.
Dash up super.
He clips him right at the top.
Looked like a cross-up, actually. He goes for Car. And then 5K. Car RC. Dude, 5D has been so consistent for Mike.
Yeah, he gets it, pulls out a perfect, too. Yep, again. DKB loves that JH. There we go. You block close slash, you have to guess. Goes for the low option here.
Okay, nice 5Ps.
Yeah, DKB has been doing really well at using those 5Ps to stop the re-dash pressure in the air from Millia.
The super works out.
Catches him right in his landing frames.
PRC just to get a look, and it doesn't work. DKB gets another one, so 2-1.
And are we going to see Mike stick with Millia, or is we going to see a switch back to Soul?
I think the Millia looks better. I think the Millia looks better specifically in this matchup. I would probably say that he should stay.
I would tend to agree, but maybe he'll feel a little more comfortable.
That's true.
We'll see.
The double swap, you know, it could happen.
Nope, goes right into it. He's going to stick it out.
I'm just expecting him to get back on it just as Leo at the bottom. You're like, oh no. Oh no.
All right, that's it. Break glass in case of
Exactly.
emergency.
Okay. Again, 2-1 DKB looking to get that run back. Mike trying to avenge himself here. Get that matchup with Shine. Potemkin versus Soul, not a fun one either.
No.
Hey, both players
Whoever wins, they lose.
respectful at the beginning, backing off. Mike bursting on a block string, just wants the space.
Yeah, I mean, it is a very viable option in Strive to burst very early so that you can get your burst back by the end of the round.
Even with the double overhead expertly dealt with here, DKB gets pushed to the corner, 2H to break. Positive bonus.
Damage off of that, too. Oh, it tries to fake out. Maybe trying to bait out a throw there?
Yeah, it looked like a fake though for sure. The Swords could escape from Mike, but the jumping P's put him straight back in the corner. He has max meter here.
Tries to backdash the sword there, but gets clipped by the S sword. It's going to be a full wall break with super. No!
Missed the input,
He
I think.
definitely wanted it there. He did not want a sword. That's all right. He is sitting on 100 meters. So he is still in a very good situation.
Watch for Haircar here, has an RC available, just gets the knockdown.
Wakes up first. Now that is definitely a win for Mike. Even if he loses this round, he was able to take first because of the input error from DKB.
6P. Oh, and is able to get it with the jumping slash, and the threat of the disc on the ground, I think, made DKB feel like he needed to scramble.
Yeah, and Mike able to survive off that from a missed input and take the burst and the round. This is exactly what he needs in this match.
Breaks the wall with the bad moon. Command movement straight away. Mike is feeling very confident here, but DKB answering back with a throw, already pressed to the corner. Mike has to fight out, and he does. Great RC.
See there, you see DKB is trying to throw out these standing 5Ps, but it's not working out for him now with these JHs at that range.
Okay, and look for the cross up there. Was trying to go for something to keep himself safe from the potential wake-up super. I mean, we'd seen it once already from DKB. Mike has evened this up. We're headed to another Game 5 here.
We've seen so many tonight. What a great top 8. Just a great tournament so far tonight.
I mean, that's just really been the name of the game with TNS Guilty Gear in general. I mean,
Really
ever
has.
since the Tired Mage Nagoriyuki mirror matches, we've just had just banger after banger tournament, dude.
That
set
Tired
the tone.
That Tired Mage Grand Finals.
It set the tone.
That's still the best Grand Finals I've seen in Guilty Gear.
Dude, okay. See if we can one up it this week.
And Guilty Gear Strive, excuse me.
So let's see. Again, and Mike sticking with the Millia here. First hit, gonna make such a difference. DKB dashes up with confidence and steals the burst.
Yeah, and that's why you see Mike first right away. He cannot afford to take that early hit, especially from just a raw close slash like that. I mean, far slash like that. And that close to the corner.
With a double cross-up gold burst from DKB.
Oh, there's
That's
the
what we
5K option.
5K, so smart there. Here comes the super to break the wall. Look at the amount of life he's taken off one decision.
Actually, 80% of his life. Wild. Oh, goes for the double cross-up. Oh, BRC backwards.
So smart. Both players using that meter just to reposition the wake-up BRC from DKB to get a look.
Oh, now they're scrambling. They're playing leapfrog here.
This is good for Mike, though. In a situation where you're behind, forcing Ram to feel like she needs to scramble, this is a huge win. We're going to break the wall here. Positive bonus.
Mike is doing such a good job in these scrambling situations with winning them and converting them into massive damage.
Trade's not really in Millia's favor in this situation. Has 50 meter, though. Uses the car. Can't quite get there. He gets a cross-up. Mike is threatening set point now. DKB has to answer back.
And Mike is sitting on a burst, too. DKB doesn't have burst yet. Oh, there's the early burst on the block, too. But DKB will build burst back by the time this round ends. He should get it back very shortly.
Double cross-up. Goes for 2K2D. Again, the double overhead forces the burst now.
Oh, that's a good trade in Millia's favor. She gets to put pressure on and gets the RC.
Oh,
There's the
what
double
a cancel.
cross-up.
What a cancel from Mike. Applying so much pressure. DKB has to fight out of this. Nice dash out of the corner.
And DKB is just feeling lost in neutral here. There's the 6P.
That 6P represents a lot of control here. DKB back on his feet, ready to fight. We're going to break the wall here. Positive bonus for DKB, but Mike has 50 meter already.
And we're back to neutral.
Back dash.
There's the
6P.
6P, doesn't RC it.
He's gonna hold on to it, try to go for the heavy. Okay. Oh, what a punish. Mike really wanted to go for the heavy disc.
We are now in our final game here. Winner takes all.
Knockdown from DKB. Mike is gonna have burst very soon here. We know he loves the burst early. Let's block the sword.
There it is, right on cue. But gets set right back into the corner from sword, but fights his way out, switches sides, tries to switch sides again. A little risky putting himself in the corner, but Millia's love to do that. Jumps and gets counter hit by the super.
Good push away. 50 meter available. Doesn't fall for the 5K this time. 2K 2D breaks out. Oh, and the jailbreak here from Mike, looking for anything he can, but the 5P from DKB is able to anti-air.
And Mike, there's the RC. He has to try and bait out the burst here, tries to, but drops the combo.
DKB saving the burst to position Mike into the corner, so smart.
Using Capel to get himself out. And DKB not able to confirm off the heavy slash here.
50 meter here for DKB. He can reposition if he so chooses. Mike able to get his own meter here, gets the hit.
No, there's the BRC backwards. We've seen that again earlier. And there's the close slash for the finish.
Dude, Mike getting underneath, somehow brave enough to hold the dash macro and take the long run. DKB, Mike picked Ram.
What?
Okay, Shine has shown he's very competent in this matchup. I'll be interested to see Mike's. I've never seen Mike's Ram. This is a good counter pick. If he is a competent Ramlethal player, this is an amazing counter pick.
I have a big grin on my face. This is interesting. This is really interesting. I can't wait to see this. I haven't seen Mike's Ram either. Early burst, Mike's active special.
6H all the way to the corner now. Gets the counter hit. 6H for the second time the wall is broken. Positive bonus. Shine is in control right now.
Shine is not giving Mike a chance to show off what his Ram can do. That is a perfect right off the bat.
First round, heavily in Shine's favor off of one counter hit.
All right, Mike trying to keep in that far slash range.
That last round was all off of one slide head. There's the flick.
Yep. 6P, put him in the corner. IED back to try and bait out any kind of button and get the counter hit.
Slide head so smart there. Mike not spacing himself with the right spacing to be able to stop him from abusing that. We are going to break the wall here.
Trying to use that JS. Oh, the double jump. Shine chases him up with the JP and lands with the Garuda. Goes for the low option.
He looked for 6K, but a great wake-up super.
And there it is, the throw bait.
Wait, okay. Oh,
now that Ram benefits so much from the short backdash that this game has, the short air backdash, I should say. Her IED back, JS, is such a powerful tool for baiting out pretty much anything you want your opponent to throw out. There's the class for 6P though.
Yeah, Potemkin 6P very strong. Side head trade. Side head trade's almost always in Potemkin's favor. You never want to be on your back against this guy.
And tries to go for the Rekka series after the 2D, but Potemkin's just a little too heavy. He's one of the super heavyweight characters, which means you have to adjust your combos, and there's the wall break with the super.
Mike is spacing himself so well to never really get threatened by anything from Shine. Now that he's adapted to the slide head very often, Mike is looking so in control. Giving up a little too much real estate, though. You can't let him jump in like that.
Both players sitting on about even resources. Tries to go for the super, didn't have enough to...
Okay, and that's so smart because just BRC doesn't put you far enough. He has to do that to make sure he gets far enough.
Oh, there's the PRC with the threat. Tries to jump out of Garuda. Oh no, he is sitting at full risk gauge. It is blinking. He is in danger.
Any hit will do it here. He has meter now. Super's gonna be able to go through.
Using that super to get through and gets it with the 5D.
Dude, the 5D to follow up is so sick. Shine. Oh, from the depths of defeat. And again, Potbuster is the best option to get a punish there. Shine had to go for the Hammerfall to make up the distance. The startup of Hammerfall is very quick, and it has a little bit of forward momentum. Just that little bit of forward momentum canceled with an RC, canceled with a Kara command grab. That's a half-screen command grab, brother. That's really well played.
You're talking big talk for someone in command grab.
I'm just saying, yeah, you're half-screen on the ground. That's super unlucky. So just Shine, so well played there.
But all right, Shine is up 1 here.
Mike's Ramlethal is real, though. That looked really good.
No, it is absolutely real. He made perfect adjustments. It's just that last scrambly situation at the end was just happened to be in Shine's favor.
Yeah. Any questions I had about Mike's Ram have been absolutely answered. Super strong with the character. Now we've got to be more careful about that slide head.
Slide head is doing wonders in this matchup.
And not providing damage, but the mix-up is all you really need.
And they're jumping out of Garuda and just blocking it as well, too.
Blocking Garuda there is pretty positive. If you're in the air, you can still take a lot of chips, still take a lot of risk, but you're out of dodge.
Oh, the jump. Here we go, more Garuda pressure. Kicks up with the PRC. You hate to get caught backdashing against Megafist.
Hey. Again here, try to go for round start 2P. Mike, you cannot be scared off of 99 seconds here. You definitely have the advantage over Potemkin. There, huge counter hit. 6H pushes just for positioning. Could have got more damage.
And this time goes for the 2S Megafist combo. Oh, there's the pop buster. That's it. Shine is up 2-0. Are we going to see the switch from Mike back to Soul?
Again, I don't think the Ramlethal is a bad pick. I think that the Shine is making great callouts. I think that the character that you're playing doesn't even really matter on callouts of the nature of like that pop buster at the end. I don't think that was a Ram problem. That was just Shine made an amazing read.
But Mike in this last game was not able to really establish any kind of pressure. So I wonder if maybe the switch to Soul will help kind of reset things a little bit.
I personally am always in favor of, I'm definitely a pick your stuff guy. So I would like to see Soul personally because Soul is the most practiced. Ramlethal, obviously very good. Millia, not a great matchup. You don't want to counterpick yourself going Millia into pot.
And there
it's going to go to the Soul. Okay, I think this is the right call for sure.
Yeah, it is definitely able to just kind of reset the situation. Shine's going to have to think differently now.
3 in a row, though, Mike needs. Mike needs 3 in a row against Shine.
That is climbing a mountain. The mountain that is Shine Potemkin.
All right, let's find out. Can Mike have the answers here? So far, it's looking good. Structure of the pressure is good. Able to block the first slide head.
Now going for those 2S options. Jumping over flip.
Okay, pushes the corner, starting to apply some pressure here. Risk gauge very high here for Shine.
And there we go. Mike gets first blood. Not able to convert much off of it.
Jump D doesn't really get much reward. It's going to burst early, as he does.
Yeah, Mike loves to burst early. That is a Mike special.
And they're reacting to Bandit Bringer with the... Okay!
Supering the Potemkin Buster. Potemkin gets the wall break too. Look at that damage.
That's
Good
Potemkin.
Lord.
That's the highest health in the game that did that too. Down. Bandit Bringer is 6P'd. Shine, try to go for the fake cross up there. Has plenty of meter.
PRC just super jump throw.
Like 6H.
Yeah, not able to get anything after the 6H. PRC to block the close slash. And now he's in Garuda town. 6H the Garuda!
Nobody doesn't get anything off of it. The Vortex doesn't combo, and he goes for the Pop Buster. And that's another one of those risks that's just worth it. Pop Buster is certainly overkill, but you're thinking that too. The low is the easier option.
Oh, Mike's so lucky he did not get punished off of that.
Kara slide head, by the way.
And there's another Buster!
Oh no, look at the meter here. One more touch could do it.
This game is just slipping away from Mike's hands. Shine is just dominating him, and this should be it. He's gonna RC, and he doesn't even get a chance to spend his burst. Shine takes it. Your TNS champion.
Dude, the fast RC to